Podcast production is brought to you by our patrons and members. So thank you so much to
I'm just
Tons
getting
of
everyone's name
Lice,
lined up, and you know
Ali
what? When I
Leclerc,
get it all done,
Hayden,
so I can say your names, I bet someone
and
else signs up and
Russell.
everything moves.
I think
the
that's
whole
it.
screen moves.
Thank you guys so much. We're just waiting for Graham to get started, and then we're going to be on and
Scott,
going
Scott,
here. So
Scotty,
here's some
Scott,
music for you in the
Scott.
meantime.
There we go. Me, Graham Hughes, and also I'm joined tonight by Mikey Famine, Brenna Duncan, and Scott Williams. Hello, Mikey, Brenna, and Scott in the house. Lots of Americans.
It is an American house tonight.
The Americans have taken over.
Somebody
There's no
call it
escape.
An invasion.
An invasion. The
I
Americans.
mean, we got
are-
the Vatican now.
You have. You've taken over the Vatican. Listen, guys,
All your
I'm
Vatican now
really,
belong to us.
I'm getting a bit sick of seeing Trump's face. I see Trump's face more than I see the face of my loved ones. I'm sick of seeing his face. Can we do something to get rid of his face from everything all the time?
Graham, I have a counter proposal. What
Okay,
if
go on.
you wore the faces of your loved ones over your face?
What, like a mask, like I'll skin them?
Yes. And then you could
That's
always
the kind
be
of thing
with
I would
them.
expect an American to suggest.
Yeah, very Ed
Hey,
Gein.
there's a lot of us.
Yeah, a
with
bit
you.
Ed Gein.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
us with you today.
Yeah,
You're very quiet, actually, Mikey.
Me?
Mikey. I don't think Mikey's quiet. I think you're
Yeah,
too
it
loud.
sounds quiet to me.
I'm always loud.
Anyway, so
I gotta talk
Elmo.
from back here.
Elmo. Trump killed Elmo, apparently.
What?
Yeah, Elmo's getting killed off in the
Can't kill him.
PBS,
You can't
Yep.
kill
the
Elmo.
defunded PBS. So that's the end of
course
Elmo.
they defunded PBS. They tell
When
the
do
truth.
when do the riots start? Like when do we start
The Elmo
Like,
riots.
rioting? Like Elmo's now getting fired.
The Elmo
We
riots.
should be in the streets
We
right now.
absolutely
This
should
is
be in the
ridiculous.
streets.
Brenna.
Pygmalion wants to know if I'm broadcasting myself again. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's going on these days. I get everything set up and then more people turn up.
Exactly.
Picture this. Black Friday. Oh my god.
Okay.
There's
Let's do
gonna
it.
be
I
one
literally
kid-
can't hear
No,
you.
Me?
Yeah, you need to
Yeah,
crank up
you
your
are really low.
All right, hold on. Let's see if I got some buttons over here.
low.
That's fine. I think he
I got
just
some
needs to be a bit
buttons.
closer to his mic.
No one else is going to hear him. If
I
I
think
can't
Mikey needed to be closer to his Mikey.
Mikey.
I think
How about
Mikey
if I just do
needs
that?
to listen to
How about
his
that?
mic.
Ooh.
Oh, now
Much
you're
better.
punching. Now you're punching.
Aha! My
You're
annoying
bouncing.
voice is louder.
Now you have to hear more of me.
I love the idea that Trump is responsible now for the good guys winning in Canada, the good guys winning in Australia, and a liberal pope being elected.
Amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing that Trump is so hated, which he doesn't like. Like he wants
Yeah.
to be loved.
Yeah.
He
He
wants
thinks
people
he's
to
loved.
praise him.
Yes.
He wants that. That's his life goal, is for everybody to love him. And what we're seeing is so many people around the world absolutely hating him and showing it. So let's keep doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do that, my friends.
Yeah.
I
Let's
think
keep
we can
doing that.
apply
Definitely.
ourselves and do better.
I
Mm.
think we can improve, but
Yeah.
you know, we hated Elon Musk enough, so
We did. He was
He's-
pretty grim.
Yeah.
He's gone very quiet, hasn't he?
He's gone quiet because he's losing a lot of money.
He's licking
I
his
like-
wounds. He's like, man, that was really
Ugh.
expensive.
I love the fact that he is just not gone. Like he's just gone, hasn't he? He's just not there
He
anymore.
literally has
Okay.
disappeared.
Disappeared.
He's
I love not
gone.
having to see his fucking face. I think that's
Me
what I hate
too.
most about Trump. It's not his cruelty is one thing, but like having to see his fucking face. I think it
Maybe
just
he'll
drives me
get
up the wall.
COVID again, and then he'll have to be at Walter Reed for a week and a half, and then we'll be like, great, JD Vance is shit, sandwiches.
He's as
not
vaccinated.
just give JD Vance a couch and we won't see him for a while.
He's
Can I
as
interest you in a throw
vaccinated as
pillow?
they come. He's so vaccinated, it's painful. Hey, can I
Oh,
just
yeah,
say a big
totally.
hello to everyone in the chat? We've got Sfax in the chat. We've got Alex. We've got UK Medsy. We've got Hayton Puds in there as well. We've got Alan Phillips. We've got Davinia. We've got Francis. We've got Chris C as well. And Nick. Hello, everyone. If you'd like to join our friends in the chat.
The Dix is
Hey,
here.
and we've also got a Mike Dix. Yes. If you'd like to join myself, Mike
I got
Dix,
Mike
and everyone in the
Dix
chat.
too.
My Dix. Just hit the subscribe button.
Good job. Scott.
That's funny because
You've heard
Mike's
that one before,
never
haven't
heard
you?
any funny jokes about his surname. He's
And
like,
also
"I
hello
haven't
to
even
Bruno.
He's
Billy,
like, I'm not even
Kate,
going to entertain this.
He hasn't even
motherfucker.
spoken yet, and you're already picking on him.
I don't get the joke. What's the joke? Is it?
He was
So I
making
got
fun of your
Mike
surname.
Dix too.
Your surname
what's-
meaning Richards.
What's wrong with my surname?
Nothing.
Not,
Oh, good. Okay, that's
Nothing's
good.
wrong with it.
yeah. But if you
Clever.
had the choice between the surname Richards or the name Dix, what would you pick?
Dicks.
Yeah. Because people
Yeah.
remember that, don't they?
It's way
They
shorter.
rarely forget it, especially
Yeah.
if you tell them it means multiple penis. Basically.
You have to spell that out for people.
Yeah.
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 Just like
yeah.
you know, it's
No,
It's
not
a
DI,
descriptor.
not
Sounds
DIX,
my
like
Saturday
multiple,
night.
not DIX, like multiple phalluses. That's
Multiple
More
cocks.
than one.
Yeah.
So, Alex, well done for being a member for 1 month. Oh, hang on, that's not the right button to press. Well done for being a member for 1 month. You are awesome.
Member.
Member.
Sorry, I-
Member.
That's another
No.
word for penis.
Oh no! All you guys are Graham's members. Ew.
Alex says, one face I wish I never had to see Farage. Yeah, Farage and Trump. Boris Johnson, like, thankfully he's sort of disappeared now. I don't have to look at him every day. But it's like, okay, imagine that. Right, you had a real problem with Biden's face, okay, and you hated seeing his face. The thing is,
Pretty there.
'cause he was hardly ever on TV. He was hardly ever making a
He
speech.
was asleep.
You could avoid him. You could literally go the whole 4 years that he was president and not see him once.
That's the point.
Well,
Shut your
I mean,
ass up and go
don't-
sit somewhere.
the
Yeah,
problem with Trump's
like
face
it.
is that his makeup artist is getting
Do
worse
that.
and worse. So
Was
That's
his
so
was
true.
his
I
was
think
his
he
spray
uses his own
painter
makeup artist.
was his spray painter a migrant or something? Because it's like a different person in there every day.
It's got to be because it like you could see the lines like
I don't think he pays anyone. I think he's too vain. I think
Yeah.
he likes
Does it
people to
himself.
believe he doesn't even use it.
He
He does it
Like he-
himself.
I think he genuinely thinks Melania doesn't know that he uses it.
his little eyeballs look like little pink buttholes. It's so gross. It's
It-
like spray paint your
That's because
eyes,
he
dog.
does this. He does this when he does it. He puts-
Well, they got the goggles, you know, the little
Yeah,
looking
little
like
goggles.
circumspect goggles that they got.
Yeah, but then he'd
Probably
have to
is a-
send somebody out to a shop and ask for them.
Yeah.
He was over there like, you know, it's really
Get
hard
'em
to
on
get gold
Amazon.
paint. Trust me, I've been looking.
we've got a Hidden Knight who's just joined the channel. Well done. Thank you very much, Hidden Knight. If anyone else wants to join the channel, please hit the join button, which is the one marked join.
Ooh,
Just hit it. If you can.
that looks
If you
good.
can.
Angry
If
Penguin.
it exists. If it exists. So, what else has been going on this week? We've had a new Pope, which has been fun. And also we've had we've got a deal us and the Americans have got a deal, Mikey. And
Oh, do
Brennan
you?
And Scott.
How's that working out for you?
Well, Scott's got something very special to share with the gang tonight that he's got because
Hold
of
on.
this.
Yeah.
Because of
You're
this
like,
trade
wait,
deal.
I did not dress for this.
Before-
Get it?
Dress.
Get it?
As,
Get
as
it?
Scott gets his. Oh, there it is! There it is!
Segue.
This is
All
the
dressed.
all dressed Pringles. It's all the flavors. Read the flavors off. What are they in this?
Well, they don't really say it, just because a lot of it's in French.
Okay. Ooh la
Just
la.
read out all the E numbers.
Yeah, because like this is the other side. It's a natural French. Well,
Oh wow, it is as well.
fake French.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that top bit here, I think it's supposed to be a pepper.
Ketchup.
And, huh?
Ketchup.
Is that supposed to be ketchup?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like bell pepper. And then this is
This
an
isn't it.
onion. And then this is vinegar.
Ooh yes.
So I'm confused.
Onion, garlic, vinegar, and a blend of spices. That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Are we
all
gonna do
dressed.
an
We haven't
unboxing?
opened it yet.
Oh, should we go on?
Oh,
Go on.
Eat it.
mean.
Eat
Go on,
it.
Once
Pop.
you pop,
You can't stop.
Stop.
It's
like-
true.
It's true. It's like being gay.
I have no idea.
That's what I told an
Would have been
officer
a-
once.
It would have been a lot more interesting if in the press conference Mandelson had done this.
Yeah.
How does it smell?
Just pop open
I can't
all dressed
describe
chips,
it.
right?
I can't describe it. Well, obviously they're all battered, right? Because they've traveled.
They've
So
been
they're all.
The
all
top-
shot out of a cannon from Boston, and they're
literally.
just like
Look,
over the Atlantic.
Someone literally
the,
shook it.
the,
Someone on
oil,
the British side.
the oil
Fixing gloves.
the oil prices have really been hitting us, so we have a system of trebuchets to make this easier for everybody.
It's literally thrown across the Atlantic.
Eat one, eat one, eat one, eat one. Come
All
on,
right.
come
Here
on.
we go. Right,
Here we go. Here we go. Right.
What if he
You can
died?
crunch as much as
Oh,
what?
what if he died? Oh, that would
No,
be bad.
don't die. No, don't die.
What if he burst into
Okay.
flames?
All right, describe it.
How is it, Scott?
I think I need a couple more to get the flavor.
Okay.
All right.
That's fair. That's fair.
While
Yeah.
you're doing that,
Just
I'm
trying
going
to
to
do a
say
good
thank you
job.
to Ori for gifting 5 Politics Social memberships. Thank you very much, Ori. That's very kind of you. So Super Tiny 818 and Raddleman 92, Bob Figan, Captain Coconut, and Monica have all been given gift memberships by Ori for 1 month. So
Aw.
congratulations, everyone, and thank you very much, Ori. Also, Gunny, who has been a member for 3 months, is on the
Two of those when I went
superstar
through puberty.
rung
We're all
of
gonna
the
die. Anyway,
ladder, the politics social ladder. So you're welcome. You're welcome. You are awesome. You are awesome. Right, Scott, come on. We need an in-depth investigation.
He's like, wait.
Investigative journalism here.
I'm
This
giving,
is
I'm
like
giving you my ASMR.
this is like
Mhm.
fucking Panorama.
AS
Panorama
what?
special. Panorama special.
They don't really taste of anything.
Oh god, that was a bit of a damp squib. Can you not just lie?
These are tastier.
What are
What
they?
are those ones?
These are the Buffalo Ranch.
Okay.
So it's
Ooh.
like buffalo flavor and ranch. And you can
Yes.
definitely taste both the flavors together. And it tastes
Ooh.
lovely.
He's not talking about real
Did you-
buffalo. He's talking about buffalo sauce.
Buffalo
Buffalo
flavor.
sauce.
Where
Yes,
it's
yes.
Oh,
from,
okay.
it's from buffalo.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's-
Sorry.
it's
Not
flavored like a
buffalo.
buffalo.
It is important you point that out because in England they would probably think this was a gamey flavor of buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Person
And then it would sell
impersonator.
out.
Person impersonator was asking what notes you're getting, Scott.
Yeah, what are the?
From-
What's the
from
bouquet?
all
What's it on the
dressed-
nose?
Buffalo and
well, this one, buffalo and
Buffalo.
ranch.
Buffalo
This
and
one.
ranch.
Wildebeest.
Smells like smells
I
like
can't describe.
smells like
this.
shit. It's a buffalo.
Flies.
I literally.
Has
can't
anybody
describe
seen the
this. I can't describe.
there's a
it.
show on the iPlayer called Irresistible, Why We Can't Stop Eating. Has anyone seen that documentary?
No.
So I watched it last week. It's Chris
start
Van
it.
Tuliken is a doctor and he's researching processed food. So there's two takeaways, big takeaways from that show. A, we shouldn't be eating as much processed food as we do. But B, that the tobacco industry got involved in the food flavorings industry in the 1960s
Yeah.
because one of their researchers worked out that he was trying to invent mint flavors for cigarettes, and he put a presentation to the board that said, we're not in the tobacco industry, we're in the addiction and flavor industry.
Mhm.
Yep.
And
We're
then
into
they applied it to
sensations.
food. Yeah, then they
The-
applied it to food, and one of the things that was in there was Pringles, and they interviewed a guy that had been involved in the development of Pringles,
Scott
and
ate
he
a
said,
Pringle.
well, one of the things we need to do is make the tube so you can get your whole hand in it to get to the bottom and pull out a Pringle. And then they
I
researched
can't get my
it.
hand in.
This
Right,
is like
they
this is
researched
like
it
a
with
Saturday
focus
night for
groups.
me, guys.
He showed a
Oh.
tube where you could get your whole hand in, right? They took it to a focus group, big tube, little tube, and people felt less satisfied that they'd not shaken out and grabbed and got hold of the
Oh,
crisp.
psychology.
What a bunch of
So it-
morons. Why would they listen to them? Everyone wants a
literally-
big fucking tube.
Literally sell more Pringles that way, basically, by making you addicted to the habit of doing it.
Oh, mate.
you go.
Everyone
This
saw.
doesn't taste of anything at all. I don't get
That's
it.
so disappointing. I'm so glad that I changed
shouldn't have
the,
got
the
Pringles.
thumbnail. To,
Yeah.
No,
from your...
no, this is what we were talking about last
I
week.
know.
No, it's
know.
not.
They had
you
Lay's.
were talking about
Lay's
that.
has it.
Lay's
No,
is
but
what
I-
you should have got.
That's
Oh,
what I
fuck
ate
off.
the Lay's.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You need-
Scott spent
I'm just-
$85 getting those imported.
Oh my god, he had to
To-
pay the Trump tariff
to-
and everything.
The tariff,
Canadian
see?
dollars.
I was about to say
It
to
was
be
actually- you
No,
wanna know
there
how
the
much this cost?
exchange rate was the worst.
Did you want to know how much this cost?
$8.
Go on.
It was £5.
There you go.
£4.99.
So the
for
thing-
a tube of crisps.
So the
Which is
thing
really
is,
expensive in England. That's very dear. These are about £2.50, if I'm not mistaken. Our normal flavors.
so we would not consider those crisps because they're Pringles and they're like their own thing. They're like the reconstituted whatever. A potato
Right.
chip is a
Man.
potato chip. Like it's got to be a Lay's or a Ruffle. It's
Oh,
got to
okay.
be. And then those have like
if we're
good
talking-
Lay's has got some good dust on their all dressed chips. Good flavor profile. Well, look
Or
at
you
you.
can get the posh
Sprinkle
one.
Look at that.
Irish
Crinkle-
potato chips, and you know what
Guinness
flavor it
flavor.
is?
Guinness,
Guinness
flavor.
flavor.
Yeah.
I saw the
Yeah,
heart.
the heart.
Guinness
Yeah.
flavor crisps are
So-
great.
I
Ooh.
went to Cost Plus World
Mhm.
Market to get some of this.
Ooh,
some
Right.
Ooh.
Now, have you
reason.
tried that?
Now
yet?
you're talking.
I haven't tried it. I have some.
Oh,
I
Brenda.
dare
No,
you.
no.
I
I
I
dare
have
you.
some.
I
some-
dare you to open it and dip your finger in and lick your finger on the
Do
show
not
Yeah.
do
now.
that.
There's
So,
more
and
though.
then
How do I
so
big
saw
screen her?
this, and I had to have it because I knew we were eating.
In fact,
we
put
were
it on a
eating some
put it
chips.
put it on a Guinness chip.
And then I got
Stop
this
it,
the
Graham.
lemon and
Ooh.
lime curd. It's
Oh,
so
lovely.
good.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Don't mix that
Lemon
with the
curd.
Marmite though.
Lemon
No.
curd
Yeah.
and Marmite on a piece of bread, Brenner. Your life
then-
will change.
Because I'm a proper nerd. I had to pick. This is where I get my jelly
Babies.
babies. So I got to get my jelly babies up there. But
Yeah.
we have like one world market where we can get
Those are
These
slants.
have so
all
much
our
more
international
flavor.
foods
Yeah.
from
Where
like
you
Canada.
used to be able to get all your international food.
Where
before the
I'm like,
tariffs.
right now, I'm like, we're not gonna have this for very long. I might as well enjoy it. It's like the
Oh.
one place. Yeah, the
One
tariffs
in-
are gonna be off the chart.
One angry pagan has put all of our names in the bin chat in Anglo-Saxon runes. It looks very cool over here right now.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Can you read that?
No, I
Well,
can't
he's
see
got the dash right next to it, so I could tell who's who.
Oh, okay. I was really impressed then. I thought you were reading the runes. I was like, oh my god.
Yes,
That's so
I
cool.
am, Graham.
See,
It says MS13, Graham. MS13 on his knuckle.
The thing with Marmite, and
Oh,
there's
Brenna.
a whole saying: when something is Marmite, either you love it or you hate it. So this is going to be one of those things. You're either going to like this, or you're really going to be disgusted by it.
I got some on my finger.
Oh, poor Brenda.
Oh, I'm not
It's
sure Marmite on its
actually,
own.
you know what?
Go on.
I don't hate it.
Oh wow,
Oh,
yes.
Brenda, no, that means you're a bad person.
No, it means you're a wonderful
No, no, no.
person and
I
you
don't
got
hate
it
it.
right. You passed the test.
Okay.
You passed the
So-
test.
She's just
I do
saying that
that.
so
Dip
she
it,
can
like, with
get
a
into the
chip or,
UK.
like, have it on toast.
Yes, because I need to find an international man to marry so I can get the fuck out of here. It's like
This
properly.
is definitely
And a
part of the
Canadian.
citizenship test.
Scott will
And the
do it.
Canadian.
Just have Scott do it.
I want like a good lavender marriage would work best, right?
Yeah,
everybody,
fuck yeah, why not?
everybody.
We could both shag as many men as we want.
Y'all could have a harem.
Look, you know what? I'm open to whatever we need.
You could. I said harem.
Yeah.
I think the word I'm looking for is stable.
So
You could have a
with
stable of
butter
young
and
horses out there.
Marmite.
It's
So you eat this
actually
with butter and Marmite.
I got the butter. I got the
Okay,
Marmite.
you couldn't get more British than this.
Okay. They did
Lemon
have
curd.
beans though, and I was so close to getting some beans on toast, which I actually like.
You just
Beans
might
is
as well
great.
just get your passport stamp now.
it's only slightly disturbing that you think that marrying an Englishman is a good option in this world at the moment.
Yeah,
Yes,
really, it's not.
that's
it's not
how-
Have
as good
you
as
seen
America.
here?
America.
It's not America. But
Have
yeah.
you seen here?
I just
Yeah.
love. Can I
That's
just
what I
say,
mean. Must
sorry,
be bad.
before we go on, first of all,
The
thank you very much.
flood is here.
Thank you very much to Questionable Absanity for the £2 super chat. What's the tariff on farting jars asking for a friend? I'm guessing Questionable Absanity that is referring to Marmite, which I disagree with. No, I don't disagree with Marmite. I'm disagreeing with it being called farting jars. But I
No,
just
it's
want to
true.
say to our American friends in the chat, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because up till now, we were the only country in the world,
I
in
knew it was
fact,
an
in
insult.
the history of the world,
I knew
that
it.
voted to slap economic sanctions on
Mhm.
itself. But now we're not. We've been joined by our American cousins. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
I thought for
We can-
once
What
he
are
had
you
seen the
getting
light.
from the Marmite?
What? What's it got to do with Marmite? I don't know.
She's
Oh.
eating it. I want to see what she thinks.
I like it.
You
Yeah.
like it? There you go.
I like it.
What does it
Great
taste
I
like?
like it.
What
You
is-
know what? It's really, really salty.
Yes.
And you know what?
Yes.
I don't get enough salt in my food.
If you like Guinness, you tend to like Marmite.
Nah, I
It's
don't.
the-
I love Guinness. I hate Marmite.
Do not dip that chip in there. He's trying to set you up.
Yes, do it.
you see. You have to remember with Marmite, it's less is more.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's just like a smear of it.
Yeah,
like just
less
a-
is more. You do not want to put a big old glob on anything at all because you will never.
All
eat
right,
it.
I think Mike told me to do the curd.
Lemon,
Was it
lemon
Mike?
curd
Curd.
and Marmite. Got to do it.
Lemon
Okay.
curd
Lemon
I
and
said that I would do.
Marmite.
Look it.
Are you
I'm
a pregnant
doing this.
woman?
Don't do it.
It's-
Who recommended
it's-
this?
this is
Mike.
this is
This
my
Mike.
personal food
Lemon
fetish.
curd and Marmite.
Are
I've
you
never heard
pregnant,
of
Mike?
I've
Maybe.
been
Just
pregnant
asked
for
him, is he-
50,
are you a pregnant
55
woman?
years. I've been pregnant. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I've never heard.
Okay.
Of it.
Mike,
I'll
I
be in
think
the
you are
chat.
the baby.
I'll be in the chat saying Guinness good, Marmite bad.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I
Kind of
agree.
the
Thank you.
Marmite is kind of the byproduct of Guinness, isn't
Right.
it? It's the
That's-
crap.
Yeah, it's the
That's
yeast.
The crap that settles in the bottom of the beer.
Yes, yes. Well, actually, all real ale. You can get it from all.
All
real
right, lemon curd and Marmite.
You don't want to know what lemon curd is. The byproduct.
I feel like I should be putting this on OnlyFans or something.
It's funny.
People watching me eat.
It's funny you say that, Brent. I've had some ideas for stuff for Patreon, and I have a whole bunch of foods I need you to eat on camera. Look, times are hard, and these tariffs are really going to start cutting into our
Well,
profits.
Look, we
So-
gotta make money, guys.
You're not gonna
I have
have
to
a
step on
worth of
balloon
food.
animals too.
Yes.
I mean, so you like because I did the lemon and lime, so it gets a little sour, a little sweet.
A little tart. Yeah.
You don't get like a whole lot of that saltiness, but you do get like a little bit.
Just
So it-
enough. It's like salted caramel. It's lovely.
It's kind of like that, where it's just a little
Je-
sweet.
Jeff True in the chat is saying honey and Marmite, which is a similar thing. The sweet.
What's
and the-
wrong
and
with you
the
people?
umami.
Although I
It's-
haven't tried this. Can I try it when I come down to visit you in Brighton in a couple of weeks,
It's,
Mike?
it's all I have to eat in the house.
Oh, fantastic.
There you go.
Every
Give it a go.
you
Appetite.
open up the
Blood across for
pantry.
everything else.
You open up the pantry. It's
I
just
can't-
lined with jars.
Roll-
of
roll
Marmite.
up-
Yeah, yeah.
One
rolls.
pantry
I'm
of
not-
Marmite.
I'm
one
not
pantry
wealthy
of
like
lemon
Scott.
curd.
I can't
That's it.
afford Pringles. and things. That's it.
£5
Do you know why?
Pringles.
Do you want to know why? I had just been paid. That's why I was like, I can
You
do this.
boy!
Just got paid.
What day is this? It's Christmas.
Buy
Day.
yourself some
Buy me the
Pringles.
most expensive tube of Pringles in the world, boy. Why you all have that?
I also bought a box of Reese's cereal.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Reese's Pieces.
Are you
No,
feeling
yeah,
homesick,
cereal.
Scott?
Peanut butter
What's
puffs.
I always, you know what? I'm always on the American candy sites
Mm.
looking for.
Oh,
for
mate,
some
American
nostalgia.
chocolate's horrible though.
I don't really buy the American.
No,
chocolate,
but
I'm
Reese's
always
Reese's
looking
is
for it.
well worth
Reese's
it.
is good.
but,
Is
Yeah,
it?
Reese's
I
is
tried
good.
Reese's. It tastes like that cheap. You know when you get like the really cheap chocolate in the golden coin wrap
Sure.
things at Christmas time, and always like 3 years out of date.
But it's not with peanut butter.
I mean,
Yeah,
No, you gotta have
the
peanut
chocolate
butter.
is just the vehicle for the peanut butter.
I was about to
in
say, I
Reese's.
barely
It's-
noticed the chocolate. That's just holding my peanut
Yeah.
butter together.
It's just the sandwich. It's the bread.
It's the
don't really
Stormy
need
Tiller, Stormy Tiller, because Teller was taken. 02 says mayonnaise and Marmite is the bomb. So when I was in Australia, my then
Hey,
partner's
Vegemite, mate.
sister was a food technician, or I think she still is, for Kraft. We were just talking about that, weren't you? Because they were owned
Mhm.
by Philip Morris at the time. I don't know if they still are, but I was talking to her about getting. They have like it's like Dairy, but it's in a jar. Okay, so it's like that kind of cheese, that kind of soft cheese, but it's in
Incredible cheese.
a jar.
What's
Yeah, like
Dairy?
Philadelphia. Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cream
Um,
cheese?
And we were talking about that they were trying to develop that, but with a swirl of Marmite in it. But they were having real trouble. I don't know if they ever cracked it, but they're having real trouble because of emulsification, apparently.
What,
And-
it separates.
Because cream doesn't want to be wasted with a stripe of Marmite in it. So it's like, get the
Probably not.
Marmite out, don't mix with it, and get it out of
Don't
here.
you touch the
No, it was
Marmite.
sorry,
you mentioned
Vegemite,
Kraft, I think
not
of-
Marmite, Vegemite.
It would have been Vegemite in Australia.
I can't. Can you tell the difference, Mike?
Yeah, but I
can.
like Vegemite actually. Yeah, but
They
it is
did have
made differently as
Vegemite.
well.
They did have
'Cause
Vegemite.
I
at
can
the
never
World
tell the
Market.
difference. It just all tastes the same to me. Then again, I mean, all beer tastes the same to me, all wine
I
tastes the
do-
same to me. I'm just,
I do have a money-saving tip for these
I
dark
just don't have a
times that
classical palate.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Aldi's own brand of Marmite, which I think they called Marmite or something in their typical marketing fashion,
So creative.
is actually half the price of Marmite and tastes pretty much the same. I think they take
Aldi.
Marmite and add air to it. That's
Hmm.
because it's kind of lighter.
They give you a
They
mousse,
fluff.
a mousse de Marmite.
Moosed Marmite.
It comes
Yeah.
out of an aerosol can.
Little
Exactly.
little pipettes.
Spray cheese, but
Jeez.
Marmite.
We haven't got that low yet, basically. But now
It's
we've
how
got a
you-
trade deal.
You, have-
Yeah,
we'll-
take your time.
you put the little rosettes on your piece of bread because it's in like a piping pipette, just like
Yeah,
you're doing
What
icing.
what I really do miss, and I haven't been able to buy yet, is Triscuits, and they don't have them over here. And I used to eat them with spray cheese, and it was just the best snack in the world. And
I think they do them in the Budgeons around the corner because they've got a
Triscuits,
whole
what are they,
American
like
aisle.
£10 a box. They're
Something like
they're
that, yeah.
yeah, it's really expensive. And Wheat Thins, I really miss.
So
Oh, wait,
I had the unfortunate pleasure of working in grocery stores for like 15 years.
all this.
I'm
stuff.
talking about we tried every snack known to like I've had everything, and we found all the sweet hookup combos. Like so if you
I did-
take a Triscuit, like they have dill Triscuits with
They,
some
yeah, they got different flavors now, don't
Mhm.
they?
they got like
Yeah,
one with
and
like
different
a
flavored Wheat Thins.
it's like
Yeah.
black pepper and dill, and then you get a
Nice.
little cream cheese and then like some sliced deli meat on that thing. Whew.
Ooh.
Whew.
Sounds wonderful.
I would just sit
I
there. I
would
was
eat
like,
the
I like,
whole box.
I
Mikey,
would
did you
split it
just go
amongst
around-
the peoples.
Hi,
Yeah.
Cozy.
Hi, Cozy.
Did you just go around
Hello.
dropping
Hello.
packages every
Cozy's
so
in the
often? and
ham.
go,
We're talking
"Oh, no."
snacks.
So I used to do this and I totally forgot about it. But like on Sundays, I would buy like Starburst and I would like walk up to my cashiers and I'd be like, "Don't tell nobody." And then I would very obviously walk up to the next person. Don't tell nobody. And it was like
What, you give him a Starburst?
I just like give them like a little handful of Starburst. I would just buy like the big bag and I would just like hand out candy. Because they would just like, dude, just a piece of candy when you're having a crappy day. It makes it a little bit better.
It made
Look
it
at
made their day.
you're
of it.
not wrong. You're really not wrong.
But
Mm.
the,
Was I
the
reading
fu-
that
the f- the
Donald
f-
Trump has a candy addiction?
Oh, yeah, he's got a McDonald's addiction, right?
Yeah, no, but apparently he gets
Diet Coke. He's got the Diet Coke button.
Oh, no.
got
Well,
Diet
I
Coke.
can't say anything. I have a Diet Coke addiction.
Yeah, it's in Rolling Stone magazine this week. He has a self-proclaimed candy addiction.
You ever seen one of those lists from Rolling Stone? I don't know if I trust anything coming out of that rag at this point. They're like top
Yeah.
200 singers. Number 198, Aretha Franklin. Number 197, Whitney Houston. Is like, well, who's number one?
Yeah, right.
Some obscure yodeler from like 1437. I'm like, this is some bullshit, man. Fuck this magazine.
Right.
We've got Gunny gave a super chat saying teach him about Bovril, and also we had Alice Sturm.
Oh,
Alice Sturm saying Bovril hot drink and Scotch pie at the football.
An interesting fact: Bovril is made the same way as Marmite, but when you make beer from cows,
Oh,
it's
you
not
what?
really.
You made beer from cows. What?
It's Bovril is deeply boiled cow bits.
It is.
you know what?
It
That
is.
reminds me of a TikTok video I saw earlier, and I wanted to
Of a boiled
talk
cow.
about- Yeah, listen. So apparently, there's this whole thing at the moment in America. You guys can from what I understand, the raw milk movement.
Oh God.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
RFK's big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Mental
the
people.
raw milk movement. But apparently, people that are drinking this raw milk movement, what they do, because they want raw milk, but they boil it first at home.
So just
Oh,
buy the
really?
regular
So
fucking
that's
milk,
just
Which is
stupid.
pasteurized.
literally
It's
what
like-
pasteurization is.
It's just that they do the
that-
pasteurization and not pay
That
for it.
reminds me of the.
They don't
the
know what that word
anti-vaxxers
means.
That say,
They
what if
don't
you just
know
got a
what that
little
word
bit of
means.
the illness? What if you got a little
I
bit of
thought it
measles?
was the
Yeah.
most American thing I'd ever heard in my
Yeah.
entire life.
You
I
know
was
what?
watching-
You know what? Now
I
that
was
you said
watching
that, Scott.
Trump-
Now that you said that, Scott, I'm gonna go online and start selling raw milk boiling pots
Yeah. Cool.
because they're so fucking dumb. They'll purchase
Yeah.
it, you know,
Totally good idea.
and maybe they
As
won't
seen
be
on
filling
TikTok.
up. Yeah,
I've seen on TikTok.
and maybe
then,
they're
you know,
terror free.
Take the stupid people's money. Take it, because they don't deserve it.
They don't need it. Clearly,
They
Well,
don't
the-
deserve
I mean,
it.
they're just
they
gonna buy
continue
more
eat-
raw milk.
I thought in America, like, unpasteurized milk was illegal. Is this why?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why we
It's
can't have all
Only the
those
Amish
cheese.
cheese.
can
This
sell
is
it.
like a backlash. So this is like, oh, because it's illegal, I want it. Is this kind of like? you
Well,
know-
no, they think that it's illegal because every single American at the moment seems to be a conspiracy theorist.
Yes.
That there's this idea.
I was
of-
first.
Yeah.
We actually did a show about this, Mikey.
Yes,
Yeah. Well,
I'm
you guys.
deep.
Well, I'll shut up, please.
I'm
No.
deep into the conspiracy theory.
No,
game.
she's not having it today. So
Um,
not
I will point out that I am reading a really great book given to us by our best friend, Tons of Mice. Where's my camera? It's called Birds Aren't Real. The true story of mass avian murder and the largest surveillance campaign in U.S. history. He said that this book is hilarious, and I cannot wait. We've had a joke that birds are actually just cameras for quite some time, and now I
Yeah.
have the full book, and I
Oh
will have a
my
book report
days.
out to you guys soon. But these the woo is strong. Like the Facebook University woo medicine bullshit
Yes.
is very strong amongst these people.
Conspiracy
And
theories,
yeah.
wellness.
the wellness craze is buck wild.
It's
Is it?
what's interesting, Mikey, is that if
Mhm.
you actually look at the like the wellness industry, it makes far more money. It's like worth like $3 billion, $4 billion versus like actual health industry, like the pharmaceutical history, which is not worth anything close to that. So I mean, it's literally just selling you the a bill of good. It's the snake oil salesman. I'm reading like Ponzi schemes and pyramid scheme stuff, and it is a huge market, and you make people believe that everything that the vaccines are terrible, the medicines are terrible, the doctors just want to sell you on anything, and then you sell them all this crap.
I mean, look at how much look how much money Alex Jones lost. I was like, how the fuck does InfoWars have all this money? Because they sell these bullshit pills for $50 a freaking bottle,
Pills
and
and
he's been
powders.
doing it for years, and they just been
is
stacking
where
up this
we-
money.
I mean, I buy into Graham's theory that it's because rich people aren't giving us money, but it's actually the left struggles more than the right in this world, in the world of YouTube and social media, purely because we don't tend to get as many idiots watching.
Yes.
So we can't
Well, I think
sell them
also
pills that will solve all their problems.
I'm
but we
offended.
also have a little bit of
I
a moral
watch.
compass. We have a moral compass. We're not going to sell people crap.
Yeah.
We have more of a conscience, I think.
Yeah, but
than-
also, where's the return on investment in giving money to a left-wing social commentator?
We're gonna defund you.
There's no ROI on that. If you're a rich person, there is a clear and distinct ROI on giving money to a right-wing content provider. Hello, we can hear you, Tan. How you doing?
Tan's here. Tan's
One sec.
Yeah, Tan's getting a kit sorted. But no, I was going to say, like, if you are right wing and you give money to the likes of who's that knobhead you just mentioned who
Alex
denied,
Jones.
yeah,
Jones,
Sandy Hook happening.
Tim
If you give
Pool.
money to him or you give money to any
Ben
of those other gobshites,
Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro, who's the bald guy? Looks like a fucking cannonball. He talks. Rogan,
any of them.
Joe Rogan.
Oh.
Joe Rogan.
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 Right, if you give money to them, you'll end up paying less taxes. So you'll have more money to spend on, covering up all the hookers that you've murdered or
Bruh,
cocaine or whatever it is that
Joe
spend
Rogan-
The
money.
guns.
Joe
Lots of
Rogan's
guns.
Joe Rogan's a bad example. He got a $250 million deal from Spotify. He ain't got to sell pills no more, baby. We on the gravy train.
No,
now.
I'm not talking about grifting in that respect. I'm talking about getting the guy who owns Spotify to give you loads of money to run your show, to
That's
get
what
your
I'm saying.
government in that you want. That's going to cut the tax for the guy who owns Spotify by stealing everyone else's fucking music,
Right.
and profiting from it when they don't.
It's gone dark all of a sudden. Let's get back to food.
Yes. Oh no, Tan! If we can't hear you now, we could hear you before, but now we can't hear you. So if you can hear us, hello. No, we still
Nope,
can't hear
you're
you.
unmuted. You're not on mute, and we still can't hear you.
Yeah. Maybe
But you
maybe
look good
unplug-
though.
Unplug and plug it back in
Yeah.
again.
She
Hair.
always looks
I
good.
like the hair. Like I can't. get
Tan's
my
been
hair to
having
do
some
that.
technical problems with her camera this
I
week,
like the
but-
Mario one up in the background.
Uh,
Oh no, it's
Oh,
not a one.
yeah.
It's the
It's just a
star and the
mushroom,
mushroom and a fire flower.
Yay! Proper
Quite
nerd.
cool.
Is it working now?
Yes, we can hear
Yay.
you.
No,
Can
we can't hear
us?
you.
No, don't do that, Mikey.
Shut up.
Not funny.
Yell louder.
Like, yeah, oh shit! I think it was on mute.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
there's
got
a-
that mic.
I'm such a nan.
Super
Is that
Dan.
is that a blue yeti?
Super
Super
Nansky.
Nansky.
I got it.
Does
the
it say
mute
blue on the
button-
front?
Yeah, but the mute button won't go off. It just stays on fucking red. I don't know what's going
No,
on.
no, 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 no. That means it's
We can
on.
hear you.
It blinks
means
when
it's
it's
on.
Yeah, if it blinks,
Oh,
that
well,
means it's muted.
If you bear with
Yeah.
me, if it blinks, it means it's muted. So
Yeah.
I'm getting used to this because I've never done ironically, as someone that's made video content for 5 years, but by doing it all on my camera because I hate video editing. I hate it. So I've been trying to get my DS. Oh fucking hell! Sorry, the cork just popped out of my because I've made myself. Everything's going
Are
wrong.
you getting attacked by your own drinks?
The
Quick,
thing
drink it.
popped out.
Drink it before it
Attack.
commits murder.
Chug.
Hey, so
Chug.
I think I know what I've done here. Yeah, I hate like this. So I've been trying to get my DSLR to work as a webcam, which I'm not using now because I fuck doing that tonight. But I'm trying to get this mic to work. But I think what I've made a mistake with is I couldn't hear any of you, but I think I'd got the so the speaker is the same as the system. So can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
But different. It
Is-
does sound different.
Is it better?
Yes.
No.
It sounds like you're using your microphone.
Tap the mic gently.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no, maybe not. So
No,
maybe-
I think it's on your
No.
laptop now. So
Oh.
I
It went a
have
bit
that. I
tinny
have
when you did that.
I have that same mic. Before you do anything, mute yourself, flip it around, and you want it to be on the heart shape. And that's gonna be your cardioid, and that's gonna pull your voice from in front of the microphone. You don't want the background noise.
Mikey,
On the
that's such good
heart.
advice for anyone using a microphone because it took me weeks to work out the cardio train
Yes.
on this.
Yes.
It's an upside down heart. It looks more like a bum.
It's on that.
Okay,
Yeah, it's on
perfect.
bum setting.
So
Yeah,
so
it's
that
on
means like the microphone inside there is only gonna pick you up from the side that the light is on.
But you were just saying it sounded terrible, right?
No, that sounds good.
No. it's
Oh
good
well,
now.
this is
I don't know
the
if she's
mic
on
I'm
it.
using.
I don't know
I'm
if
on
she's
it
using
now. I am on
Yeah.
it now. Hello.
Yeah, you are on it. Yeah, you're on it.
Hello.
It's all good.
Tap
Does
it.
it
It's all
sound
good.
okay? Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds great. You sound awesome.
Yay.
Tap.
Welcome. We've all got
Welcome
the
to
same mic
tech
now.
live tech support.
Live tech support
It's the first time
on
I've ever
Politics
used
Social.
it, like ever. But I'm glad that you like my little Mario, fellas.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
We're gonna paint that for like, remember the slap machine game you could play on like Mario
Yeah.
3? We're gonna paint the 3 things in 3 parts and then put them on the wall with Velcro so we can just like rearrange them and make it look shuffled.
That's really cool,
Aw,
man.
cute.
I did want the little kind of what they called the little lads that come up out of the
The
what they
piranha plant.
fight. Yeah.
Piranha
There was a
plants.
little light one of them too. But yeah, thought I'd give a nod
like
to
those.
my love of retro gaming. I'm well into
You
that.
guys, Mikey, do you know this story? You know the Mandela effect?
Oh, sweet.
Mandala effect. Oh,
Isn't there a there's a story about Mario Brothers and one of those piranha plants being in the first level or something like that? That it's one of the stories that kicked off the whole Mandela effect.
Were they
story.
saying it's not
Hmm.
there?
what?
There's a lot of people. Well, 50% of people believe that there was a piranha plant on level 1, and 50% believe there never was a piranha plant on
A
level
lot of
1.
that's just bad memory.
Yeah.
I think I swear a
Yeah.
lot of the Mandela effect is just people just not remembering things existed.
There's a study that says that you forget that there's been 6 different versions of Mario World in the last 20 years, so your memory may well be slightly squiffy
Plus
about
they're
the first ever
My
version.
my favorite Mandela effect is the advert with "Will you still love me tomorrow?" And there was a fire thing, and there was a mouse, and they snuggled up with a cat, and then the cat snuggled up with the dog. Do you remember that advert? Mike
No.
might
Yeah,
remember.
vaguely.
You were
Yeah,
on
the
your
90s.
own.
What was it an advert for?
No, this is where the whole room says no, never heard of an advert.
What are you
like
talking
that."
about, Graham?
No, no, don't know
So,
what.
sorry, Americans. That I'm
Sorry,
leaving out of
pissed
this.
on- what was it? It was some kind of like home heating, was it, or something?
Yeah. Loads of people think it was British Gas.
Yeah.
I thought it was British Gas for a long time. It wasn't. It was for Heat Electric.
I mean, this is the thing. People just associate it with the thing they know the best. And there's been loads with like, there are some that are really freaky though, like the Animaniacs theme.
Yeah.
There was something to do with the Animaniacs theme, and I could have sworn it was the one that everyone said it wasn't. You know?
What?
And
well,
also,
well,
is it Looney Tunes or Looney Tunes? Which
Yeah,
is
I
it?
always thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was.
It was
Tune-
Looney Tunes because there was merry melodies. So
Absolutely.
it
Yeah,
was.
it
It was all to do with the
music.
songs.
Yes.
But yes, get it
Yeah.
right. Get it right. We got a super chat from Hidden Night, £2 super chat. I'd rather give money to you, Politics Social. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank
And I've also put a challenge up for 10 super chats, and we only need 9 now. And if we do get to the target, we're not going to sing. There you go. That's
No
you
deal.
don't want to hear me sing, mate.
Oh, you
Exactly,
need to- You
exactly.
need to send money. That would be
Send
terrible.
money.
Please,
quick.
please send money.
I really don't.
I don't want
although
to.
I can like
What are you-
badly rap. That's but you
What are
know.
we going to say? Will it be "We Are the World" or something like that? Can we do that?
Under Pressure by
Yellow Submarine.
Yeah. Okay. So we
Everybody
can't even
loves
agree
when
on the
other
song.
everybody loves when other people sing Yellow Submarine. No, it's the most obnoxious thing. If you're not part of the group singing it, all you can think in your head is shut the fuck
That's
up.
no fun.
Just like, why are you singing that stupid? But then when you're drunk out with your friends, we all live in the Yellow Submarine. Come on, let's get up there. And you have
I've
a good
never
time.
sung that actually. I mean, they used to make us because I don't know if it's happened in America, but they used to make us sing it in school.
Well,
Like,
Yellow
no.
Submarine.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
in our school. But we did have I had like, well, they made us sing all the usual God songs, but they also made us sing Yellow Submarine. Yeah, it was.
No, we had to sing it too.
Brenna, you know what song we had instead? The wheels on the bus go round and round. They did not have that song.
We did have that song, but
You
did
ain't
you
had no
have
school bus.
Did you have Cauliflower's Fluffy? That's what I want to know. Cauliflower's Fluffy is a fucking autumnal banger. So
What?
Cauliflower's
What?
Fluffy
What is,
can
even, what is even happening right now?
I have
It's not a
no
real
idea.
song.
Have you done the taste testing yet?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got some bad news.
What?
It's
You
not-
got the
I
wrong
the-
chips.
You got the wrong chips.
Apparently I
You
got
got the
the
wrong
wrong
crisps.
chips.
You got the wrong Pringles.
Did you have?
No, these are the
Swerve?
right Pringles. They're the right flavor, but
We
they're
don't want
just-
Pringles.
We don't want Pringles. Get
You
little
want
Lays.
Lays. You need to get laid.
Did you try the curd and Marmite? You don't want to do them together.
Yeah.
Yes,
She
Brenna
did.
You
did
do.
curd
You
and
do.
Marmite.
Tan.
Oh, you did not do a chaser.
And she liked it. And she liked
ate
it.
it, Tan, and she didn't throw up.
I ate it.
Which
It
which,
actually.
which
Alan Jackson, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Dystopia warning: Tam being attacked by her setup. Thanks very much, Alan. And then Gunny is £2, just saying worth it. Yeah, worth it to not hear us sing. And Alice Sturm is saying all hail the Democratic Penguin Republic. So we're moving away from badgers and
All
towards
hail.
penguins
I love a
instead.
penguin.
Justice
So
for
it's
the
all
penguins.
And I've
The
just
king in the
realised
south.
I was just trying to sort something out with Joanna there because she wanted to send some money via PayPal. I'm like, I'm trying to send you my email without actually saying my email loud on the internet. But if you just put Graham David Hughes into PayPal, you'll see this ugly mug turn up like that, and that'll be me if you just want to throw some money that way.
One angry pagan.
Anyway.
One angry
Can I
pagan.
ask a question?
Real,
please?
One second. One angry pagan over on the bin.
Mikey.
One angry pagan over on the bin says, "No, Mikey, Queen songs are the best songs to sing."
Yes.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
right.
this is-
You're
we are
right.
the champions.
No,
We are the
Oh.
champions.
no, not as good as Spandau Ballet with
Gold.
gold.
Please send
No.
money, people.
Bicy-
Please.
Always
Bicycle.
believe it in yourself.
Bicycle.
You've got the
Oh,
power to
Oh,
know.
it's a shit song. It's like their worst
Bicycle.
song.
Is it?
I
Anyway,
love
Tam,
it.
What were you going to say before you so
I
rudely
was going to
interrupted?
ask Brenna, did you try, like, how did this go? Did you try the curd
it
first?
again.
Did you go for savoury then sweet, or?
No, she mixed them in together.
So
Oh,
so I have butter. So I did the traditional butter with a little bit of the Marmite
Toast.
on it.
on toast.
And I
Yeah.
on the toast, I triangles of
You
toast,
did it properly, yeah.
like a proper Brit. And then I did the curd with the Marmite on another piece of toast.
You had them together.
Yep. Only way
Yeah.
to do it, Tam.
That
You
is
gotta try it.
minging.
The
That is
Pregnant Mike
minging.
special.
That is
I-
Ming.
I could do with some
That is
curd in this.
mercilessly minging.
There you go. It's like the best.
I hate Marmite
too.
and I
Lemon
hate
and lime.
curd. Why would you eat? Oh my god.
Combining them is mental. Actually, mental.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm,
but it
I'm willing to
works.
try anything. So.
Brenna's
to
gone
be
out of
fair,
focus now. Look,
it might
Brenna's gone out of
improve
focus. This is
both
what
or either.
happens.
Yeah.
This is what
Brenna.
happens when you transcend the Marmite
You're doing it wrong,
stroke
mate. You're
lemon
doing it wrong.
curd
You want curd
dimension.
like in a donut or something. I can actually do with a bit of curd in this French 75 because I've actually
The only thing lemon curd is good for is lemon curd martinis.
Ooh.
never had a
Ooh.
lemon curd martini.
Well,
God,
get down
you
there.
have not lived. It is.
Get back to
delicious.
the
love
kitchen and
martinis.
whip it up.
Yeah, my friend.
Mikey,
Mikey.
That's where the freaking kitchen.
don't
That's
actually
where
have
the
the
food
best
is
of my
made.
friends.
just said to
You
a
know what,
woman to
Mikey?
get
You
back
go
to the kitchen.
and make it.
Lord
my
have
goodness.
mercy.
Brenna, you
Lord
can't
have
say that
mercy.
to a black guy. What the hell is wrong
What
with
did
you
you just
people?
say?
Stop telling people to go to the kitchen.
These
You
people-
all-
These people literally salute a king every morning, but noon and night with their little bells, and I'm supposed to be the one that's politically incorrect. You're
Yes,
fucking
yes,
refrigerating
Mikey, we salute the king with our little bells at lunchtime.
every morning. That's what you guys do.
Yeah,
He
gotta
did.
say-
But when
He
I
did
say-
steal-
but
he
when I
did
say-
steal
For the
God
king.
save the queen.
But when
the
I
king
say
from
it, yo, make that drink, in the kitchen where the refrigerator is. Do you think she
said
has a
get
mini
back to the
fridge?
kitchen, Mikey?
Lord
That's
have
precisely what
mercy.
you said, and we all know the
Oh.
connotations of that,
They
don't
make
you?
it sound like Clue now.
And this
It's
is how
like,
we salute
in the
the king.
kitchen with the glass.
I
and
love-
with the lemon curd and the Marmite.
Fuck's sake,
Is that a
Mikey.
drink?
Diz is like
You live your
freaking out
life
here.
instead of the
I-
bar. That's your problem.
Diz is saying lemon curd martini. So this is something. Who hands up? Who's had? We should play Never Have I Ever. Never have I ever had a
Oh, I'm out.
had a lemon curd martini.
Well, I have.
Oh no, I have never had one.
Mike.
No, not tried it, but I will.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can definitely recommend it.
I don't
Okay.
understand how the
Sounds
mechanics
interesting.
of that works. I love cocktails. I've made like a French 75, which is like lemon, gin, and well, Aldi champagne.
Yeah, no. I can ask my friend if you like.
But I love martinis. Like French martinis are. I had a French a French 75 in Paris that was the best I've ever tasted in my life.
What's
But if
the
I went up
ingredients?
to them, and said, "Do you want a French? Can you make me a lemon curd martini?" They'd probably spit on me and kick me out of France. to be fair.
What's the ingredients of a martini?
Was
Gin and gin or vodka and vermouth, isn't it?
yeah, normal
both.
martinis
Can't
aren't my thing, but a
Okay,
French
we-
martini's different. It's
We've got, while we're talking about martinis, so we got a super chat in from Alistair saying, "Okay, all hail the Badgers." Thank you very much for that. And Davian to start, important question for Cozy, for Cozy's lemon and curd martini recipe. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't a question. It was just £5 towards your lemon curd martini.
Oh,
recipe.
bless!
There
Right, I'm
you
gonna.
go.
I'm not sure if they do, Kay, but I'll ask them.
It'll
Are
happen
you coming
tonight.
to Liverpool when Liverpool come to Liverpool with the cup?
what? Liverpool with the cup.
Liverpool come to Liverpool with the cup. It's the 26th. It's the bank holiday Monday.
Who is?
What?
Cozy, are you coming to Liverpool? It's going to be a big
Uh,
party.
Oh,
what?
I hadn't heard about this particular party. I'm a bit up the wall with Liverpool European Festival because if you look
Ooh.
that
Yes.
way behind me,
Yes,
that's me. No, that.
it is you. Yes,
You
At
have
the-
a
at the-
beard.
the city of Liverpool.
Oh, yeah, it is. Anyway, that's
It's
me.
good beard.
Last night doing my little speech at the VIP glitzy glamorous launch of Liverpool European Festival
Okay.
Cool.
attended
Okay.
by ambassadors and high commissioners and consuls and so on and so forth, by basically diplomatic representation from all EU countries, including the EU ambassador to the UK. And in fact, what they did for the first time ever, they moved all of their Europe Day celebrations out of London to Liverpool.
Yay! Take that, London.
Mm,
Well done.
Couldn't
so,
afford it.
Yeah, absolutely. Liverpool once again leading where London
Needed
lags
somewhere
behind.
cheap.
And tomorrow is the big community
tariffs.
bombed out church, so that's where I'll be going tomorrow.
Trump's
Bombed
fault.
out church.
Solar
That's
storm.
fine.
I've not really planned beyond that, so yeah. What, are you coming over?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to Brighton for the Friday. I'm going to be in Brighton Friday, Saturday, and then I'm going to Liverpool on the
Yeah,
Sunday.
I did see that,
And then
and
Monday.
but I'm not going to get to Brighton anytime soon.
I
so-
have-
Gonna be partying.
I have a
Oh, yeah.
question for the Brits from someone in the States. They say, do UK schools have an equivalent to or equivalent of the Pledge of Allegiance?
No.
And we would refuse
No,
to do it, Mikey.
no other country in the world does that,
That
apart
would
from
get-
North
well,
Korea.
no,
I was about to
actually,
say North Korea
When I was
does.
in school in Trinidad,
Yeah,
we
apart
did
from North
have
Korea.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, right.
But
That's not our thing, really. I mean, we're very C of E.
No.
There's quite a lot. Well, when I was
What?
younger,
I
Very
mean,
what?
come on, in British
of England.
schools,
Church
that
of
would
England.
get
in England.
that would just get murdered. It would get turned into all sorts of, like, there would be all sorts of puns. There would be,
Oh,
you know.
Oh yeah,
it's never
they
been
would.
a thing, but at the end of the BBC every
I
night,
pledge my
used to be
penis to the
full.
king and the
Yeah,
flag.
exactly. It would be full of swears.
people would take the piss, but at the end,
Exactly.
Let's take the piss out of the Pledge of Allegiance, like, you know.
no, but we did used to do the national anthem, or the BBC used to do it, didn't they? At the end of every, not the national, yeah, at the end of every
Yeah,
night.
they did. At
Yeah.
whatever
because
time
up
they
until
closed, at the close of programming.
1999,
11
the
midnight,
BBC
whenever.
used to go off air at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
1980 something.
It was later.
they
It was
stopped
earlier
doing
than that. Yeah, it was earlier than that because we only had a fifth channel on UK telly in the 90s, which was Channel 5.
Yeah.
The Spice Girls introduced it. The Spice
Spice
Girls
Girls
literally
launched
introduced
it.
it. Yeah. There was like a
I
kind
know,
of
it's
weird
hysterical.
song.
Well, I remember when I got here, there were 4 channels. I was like,
Brenna.
so what else is there to watch? There isn't. This is it.
Literally
They-
30 years ago, we
they
had
think
4
they better
channels.
than
And that's
us.
it.
They over here thinking they better, and that's why they mad about their little TV movie industry. That's why they salty now. Have
We don't
4
think we're-
channels up into the
Tariffs.
90s.
Mate, when
That's
you
why we're putting tariffs on them.
And they
Mate,
charge them
the-
TV tax. You
I'm
know what I'm
sorry,
saying?
but the-
Talking about
Yeah,
some, how
that's
come we
right.
can't
Pledge
have
of
no movies?
Allegiance
That
is
the stupidest
fucking
thing
mental.
ever.
It is just fucking mental. Anyway,
That
listen,
is the
Kieran
stupidest
Crossan, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Penguins and badgers are key resources for the production of Guinness, which is true. That
knew
and
that.
toucans. There's 2 cans in every Guinness.
Oh, yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, they do that.
Mikey,
Well, there's a
Brennan, can I
great
ask,
pub in
and
London
Scott,
called the
sorry,
Toucan,
what-
actually, which serves. a lot
there
of
is.
Guinness.
what's the
7.
Oh God, you just spawned an anecdote that my brain is now going.
Uh-oh.
Either tell the
Oh,
anecdote
you
or
guys
the
talked
original
about a night in
point.
the
Uh-oh.
Toucan.
Good
I
luck.
was in the Toucan once. Go up to the bar, and the guy in front of me was Suggs from Madness, which is my
Yeah, a lot of people
musical
going there.
hero as a kid. And I offered to buy him a Guinness, and he said, "No, I'll get one." And he brought me a Guinness.
Oh, Graham McPherson.
Yeah,
That's a class move.
what a
man.
legend!
I saw them at
What a nice
Glastonbury.
guy.
They're playing my town in the summer. They're coming to where I live.
Colchester?
Oh, thanks for
sorry.
adopting
He-
me.
I had a book of celebrity swears, and when I met a celebrity, I'd ask them to tell me to fuck off or something, and then they'll write the signature underneath.
Aw.
And I had, he wrote fuck off.
Oh,
Suggs.
bet he
Who
didn't.
wrote fuck
Yeah.
off?
Bet he didn't want
Suggs.
to.
I asked him to. The Arctic Monkeys called me a Jay Goody bitch. This is before she died of cancer, clearly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would have had a different connotation.
To Graham, you Jay Goody bitch, and it was all the Arctic
That's
Monkeys.
hysterical.
Can you
I had a
explain
book
the?
of celebrity insult. Like I met someone famous and said, "Could you write an insult in this book and sign it?"
That's a
Can
nice
you explain the insult?
Oh, this is
She was
a-
she was a woman who was on Big Brother over here, reality TV
became
show,
the
and
biggest star of their franchise
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah,
and
the
then she
first
died of
half.
cancer.
Well, she was
Okay.
on twice actually. She was on
She was
the
on
first
twice.
series, and she was just a bit kind of like silly and a bit
And
Essex and a bit thick. And then she went on Celebrity Big Brother and disgraced herself by being really racist to Shilpa Shetty.
Yeah.
And then she went on to die of ovarian cancer, which was really grim. But she did use the last bit of her life to try and raise awareness about getting your smear test. So it's kind of a bit of an up and down thing,
So
really.
so my
My
question
son
wasn't
now
answered.
is an actor on EastEnders.
My question wasn't answered. You answered some other question. Can you explain the insult? It's in UK speak. It doesn't mean a Jay
It's a-
Giddy bitch. What does that mean?
No, I just
her
explained
name
to
was
you,
Jade Goody. It was the name of a celebrity.
and I just told you who Jade Goody is.
But
Yeah.
you didn't say that was her name. I thought that could have been a reference to something. I don't know.
We did. We said it was a person.
Why would
that
I be
was on
talking
Big
about it?
Brother.
It's hard to tell when you're explaining or you're just
The-
telling
I
more
mean-
about the
No,
thing.
it's just you
Lo-
don't
lost in
understand
translation.
Other than American, you don't understand.
Yeah.
You can't
Mikey,
tell
you
And
that.
okay
the-
tonight?
The insult absolutely needs all of the timeline context that you've just been given, because we need to know when the insult was given to.
And
Because if it's
Exactly.
we did it in a very concise way, which was
Yeah.
straightforward.
Thank
Like,
you.
It couldn't have been easier for you.
I
But I
explained it
couldn't-
clearly, man.
But I
This
couldn't
is a
tell.
very typical of Americans. You can explain something to them, and they'll still look at you and go,
Scott.
Scott,
He says
yeah.
in a thick
Scott,
American
come
accent.
on.
know what
Come
you're
on.
talking about."
Look at Scott, look at Scott the transplant acting like he's now
Right.
one of us.
Oh, that's so
I
much
can-
better.
I can hear the southern in your laugh. You better get that cornbread out of your get that cornbread out of your voice before you start telling me stuff.
You get
Uh,
right out of your way.
so again, like I get that you guys think that I'm stupid, but it doesn't
No.
it doesn't make
No.
sense still, because if you don't know who that's like, so is being called
True.
her the joke,
I
or is
told you, Mikey.
You're-
She was disgraced.
back up,
and
zoom out,
thick.
zoom out, zoom out, zoom out.
You zoom out. You zoom out. You
Think
zoom out.
think meta. Think of the joke itself. I'm trying to figure out. Wait, is it bad to be that person, or does that?
At,
Because I
at
explained
certain
she was
times,
racist.
Lord have mercy.
And thick.
Lord have mercy. You gotta wait a second.
Yes,
I'm
it
almost
is.
done with the sentence. So the question I had, and the continuing confusion I had was: is it bad to be that person, or does that person have a joke associated with them? You can't tell with British people. Number one,
Context.
because they won't let you finish your sentence, and number two, because you
Context.
don't know if that joke leads into another joke. So
Yeah,
that's what I was
that's
like,
That
okay,
joke
so it's just her?
funny?
It's like, so do I laugh at it being her, or does that
At-
mean something else that I also have to learn?
It's an
And
insult.
that's all I was
the
asking.
time-
Jeez.
At
It's
the
an insult.
time, it was probably an insult because
Yeah.
she was probably in the phase that Tan was describing, where
Right.
everybody hated her,
Because she'd been really racist to a character on
And then-
Celebrity Big
and
Brother.
then she sort of redeemed herself towards the end.
She tried to,
basically.
yeah, but not for the racism, but for other things. But she wasn't very clever, you see.
So Graham's
she-
a racist?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Got it.
So before we go on, I just want to say a big, absolutely massive, huge. Oh, hello! I've gone to the morning brew setup. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, everyone. Big thank you to
Thank you, Alistair, and
Alistair
£2
McCare for the £10 super chat. That
£2
is
over here.
really, really
If you need
kind
help,
of
Mike,
you.
yes,
It
the
says
British in chat.
chat for all
Yeah.
that think haggis are not
I'll
real
ask-
animal. Give this link
I'll
a
ask
look.
them from
Here's
now
the
on.
link. So
Because these people are not explaining themselves; they're just talking about what they haven't explained in more detail.
Season now.
I've got to address this. Joanna Hammond has just put in the first ultra chat of the year. I'm not going to tell you how much it is. It's a lot. Thank you so much, Joanna.
Now I
That
wanna
is
see.
so kind of you. It's come through to my PayPal account. Oh my God.
Wow.
OMG. Ultra chat. Woo! I need
That
some
means you've got to
some
lick a
dancing.
banana on camera now.
Lick a banana or deep throat a banana.
I was trying to
It
avoid.
sounds like for this amount of money, you gotta actually do
I'll
it
do
to a real
anything.
human man.
I'm all
Like,
yours.
where's
I'm all
the
yours.
OnlyFans at that point?
Yeah, right.
Let's
Right,
go
Scott?
totally OnlyFans. Thank you so much, Joanna. That's really, really generous.
Only-
Graham has
What would
entered a
she
private
say?
room.
She sent it to my PayPal account.
I
I
thought it
just
was
checked
an
on the phone.
ultra chat.
He sent it as Gigolo
Yeah.
Services.
Yeah, because I have like there's what is it? A super chat.
Right.
That's a normal
It-
one, right?
Yes. and
Which
they usually
is,
say
and then there's
something.
mega chat, which is over 50 quid, and then there's
And they
hyper chat,
usually
which is over
say
100 quid,
something,
and then there's ultra chat. So it's
And then
a,
wouldn't they say
Ah.
something?
yeah, no, but you don't say. Oh, do you? It says for Graham Hughes. Is that
Oh.
okay?
So she didn't
Scott's
have a
going
message.
now. Scott's
Oh,
just
it's not
putting
funny
it
now, Scott,
Wait.
huh? When they
he's
turn on you,
frozen away
Scott.
now to his
Welcome
cupboard where
to
he
our-
keeps,
I'm done with this shit.
he keeps the heads
Welcome
in
to
there.
our welcome to our new Friday night show. Let's confuse Americans.
Golly.
Well, that's not difficult.
See, they turned on you. They turned.
That's like every single time.
That is
See, they
every day,
turned on
man.
you, Scott. I told you they would, just like they turned on me.
You aren't one of them, Scott. You aren't one
You're
of
still
them.
one of us. They'll always look at you like one of us.
Guys,
One
it's
of
all
us.
right. We'll
Just
still
like
keep giving you,
imagining
television shows to ruin and remake. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
He's come back.
go there.
Show.
I was kind of imagining that he'd just be walking now until he got to the sea. He get to the beach and just scream at the ocean.
Ooh,
That's what Scott does every
The cliffs
Saturday.
of Dover. He goes to the cliffs of Dover and screams as loud as he can.
That's
mean-
what we're gonna do when we go to
That's-
Brighton. We're gonna scream at the ocean. Okay? Is
That's
anyone up for
Well
that?
worth it.
I do
Yeah.
that every time I go to the seaside.
Darren, how you doing, mate? Got Darren in the chat. And also, Gunny, thank you very much for the super chat. They are real, says Gunny. They are real.
Person
What are you talking
impersonator says
about?
in
He's-
chat, this is the
No,
Bin
I've been
Podcast
talking
meets
about the
Friday night.
haggis.
So
Please,
it's like
talk
being
about haggis.
out at a pub with your
wild,
mates, all
hairy,
chatting
Highland
nonsense.
haggis.
Pretty much.
Haggai. Yeah, the plural of
How the
haggis.
fuck did you get
Haggai.
onto haggis?
I don't know.
No
Someone talked about it.
idea.
I fucking love
Chat-
haggis. I know that's
the
not
chat went
right.
to
but
haggis some
Oh,
time
yeah,
ago,
some-
I think.
I had some deep fried haggis in Scotland a couple of years ago. It's the best thing I've ever eaten. Actually, no. Tana did send you a message about this, didn't I? I had some pulled pork this week. Homemade pulled pork in a homemade barbecue sauce. And I had crackling, and I cut up the crackling into little bits with a pair of scissors and put it into the pulled pork
The
and then
pieces
mixed it
of
all in.
scissors.
And I had some homemade bread, like white bread, put loads of butter on it. And honestly, it was so good I cried. I'm so sorry to all the vegetarians watching this. And
I'm jealous, man.
I
I'm
tried to be
jealous.
veggie as possible, but
It's
like
the pig you should be apologising to.
it
Yeah,
was so
apologise.
good. It
No,
was so good.
I'm jealous, Graham,
It's
because
about-
I've not eaten pork since 2013 because I discovered something horrible about what they do to them. And I've never been able to eat it since, but I still have dreams
don't tell
about
me.
eating pork because I love the meat so much, but I just can't bring
Okay, I
Yeah,
have a question,
um,
Tan. If
yeah.
they make pork exactly the same, like it tastes exactly like pork, but it's made in a lab, would you eat it?
like in vitro, in something, whatever it's called.
Yeah, they grow it in the
In
lab.
vitro.
Yeah, probably. I mean, but this isn't bacon. Fake bacon is like
Very good.
massively the streaky bacon that they do is almost exactly like pork. So it's vegan. It doesn't, there's much less fat in it. But I got to have like a BLT bagel for the first time. And it was
Ooh.
like eating actual pork. That it was like
Wow.
witchcraft.
No,
So-
Mikey's fucked
Wait,
off.
wait,
look.
wait. Where did you find this vegan bacon that was edible?
In Sainsbury's, it's this isn't, but it's the streaky version. And it
Okay.
even looks like bacon, and it's a bit drier. So you have to fry it off, and you put like salt and pepper on it and stuff. But you put it in a BLT, and I think it would fool most people. They'd probably think that
Yeah.
was like crispy bacon.
You can get over the dryness by frying it in lard. Pig fat.
Didn't that come out many, many years later that McDonald's they lied about their chips? They said the chips were vegan and that they were
Fried in beef fat. Yeah.
yeah. No, I think it was pork. I think it was I've got a
Lard.
feeling
Yeah.
it was pork fat. And which is very, very, very bad if you're Muslim or you're Jewish and you're not supposed to.
Because they don't eat pork. So yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
don't eat beef really either. Well, I'm mostly veggie now.
They had to change the ingredients for the buns that they use in McDonald's, on the burgers, because in Ireland it was classified as a confectionery, so it was classified as a
too much
cake because
sugar
it had
in it.
so much sugar in it, and so it
Brioche.
had a different VAT level than bread.
Really.
Dear God, I mean, I don't eat McDonald's anyway. I think it's grim. If I'm
The
gonna be
milkshakes are good. The milkshakes
I
are
If I'm gonna be
awesome.
naughty, I'm gonna have a Burger King because they're proper big fat burgers. Like
And apparently they're Canadian, you know.
what Burger
They
King?
are.
Yeah,
Burger
they were,
King are owned
they
by a
were-
Canadian company. Yeah.
yeah, they were
Really?
bought by a
I
Canadian
didn't
company a
know
few
that.
years ago. So it's
Welcome
Popeyes.
to Burger Chat.
Yes, yes. Anyway,
And
so
we-
talk about
we-
what happened this week. Has anyone got any news stories? Anyone got any news for me?
Oh, I thought this was the
Oh
food
God, where do we
channel.
begin?
I mean,
Yes.
I thought we were still doing taste tests, man.
I've got nothing else to taste.
I
I've
just
always tasted
tasted
something for
I
you
just
to
tasted the
taste.
Guinness potato
How are
chips.
they?
Boy,
Are they good?
They're so
They're
good.
good.
Oh my god. I have to take them away from me. They're so
Questionable
Yeah, they're very
Absanity.
small.
Questionable Absanity says, "Damn you, Mike! I was about to say that." What did you say, Mike?
I don't know. I think it was probably fry the vegan bacon in pork fat.
And then Alistair, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Oops, that was me talking to people in the chat, Graham. Oh, that's fine, mate. And also, we've made our target, so we're not going to sing. That is the good news for this evening.
Oh,
Spread the good news.
Set a new target. I want,
That's
I
what
want the
you
risk
think.
factor to still be
Talking of
there.
good news, we've got a new pope. Can we talk about the new pope?
Oh, for fuck's
I
sake.
don't care.
He's great if you're like he's pro-immigrant, but he hates the gays.
Oh,
from-
fuck
And
it,
he let a
acceptable.
pedo live near a school, and didn't tell the
He's-
school.
He's from Mikey's area, isn't he?
He's from Chicago,
I
yeah,
don't
but
think
Mikey's
Mikey's
fucked off.
Chicago,
responsible.
but he's also
Mikey's gone.
Peruvian, and he also. I mean, let's put it this way: he's okay. No pope is ever going to be great.
He's not far right. I mean, that's the least.
He's exactly. He's
No, he is
better
far
than
wrong.
the other American candidate that
Far
was
wrong.
shortlisted.
Andy hates Trump and JD Vance, and I'm okay with that.
I
Well,
mean,
we
that's
like
the
I'm okay
bonus,
with that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I'm okay
okay
with
with
that.
it. He's not. He wasn't my favorite out of the ones that were sort of advertised as front runners, which didn't include him.
It's a big money racket, man. It's just like
Is
buying
anyone
a
here?
The Catholic Church, of course it is.
Is anyone here actually a Catholic?
Catholic.
Oh, well, we might be saying
Are
things that
you?
like people might get upset about.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Oh,
Yeah.
tough. Sorry,
Yeah.
my heart bleeds.
I'm not getting upset. I don't give a fuck.
No,
Right,
I mean, look, I grew up in a really, really, really Catholic part of the world, like more Catholic than the Pope in some regards.
You're claiming to be more
have
Catholic than
lots
the
of-
Pope. That's a
Trust
bold
me,
claim, Cozy.
Are you bigger
Trust
than
me,
Jesus
it
now?
is possible.
It's
Bigger than
bigger than
Jesus.
Jesus.
So back in the 1960s, after my mother got divorced, a friend of hers who was as gay as a maypole and as camp as a row of tents, but had to get an heir and preferably a spare as well, asked her to marry him.
Christ, lavender.
And she
man.
was like, yeah, but I'm divorced. I've got 2 kids, might be problematic. And he thought, look, I've got influence. He actually got an absolution from the Pope and her local priest, her local Catholic priest, in fairness, had some backbone and refused to recognize said absolution from
All
the
right, I'm
Pope.
back. The baby
It's not
had
what you know, it's who you know.
So,
Nasty
so
boogie.
some
She was
random
screaming
at
guy in Germany got an absolution off the Pope,
Oh,
and
you can
Henry
still
the
get them.
Eighth
You can
of
al- you can
Britain
always
couldn't,
get an
England couldn't have
absolution.
one.
It's a bit
Disgraceful.
later.
Yeah.
But
Chrissy.
anyway, she then married my dad,
Yeah.
asked the local priest to conduct the wedding because that was the nearest church. You know, it's this way out in the countryside. And he still addressed her by her first husband's surname and said, no, of course not. And then my brother was born, and she went to the church to ask whether he would baptize her baby. And he said, no, I will not baptize you, bastard.
Fair enough.
That is the word he used.
Yeah.
This was
In its
after she
correct
was married to
context.
my dad. And then
Yeah.
6 weeks later, a priest drove out from Munich to our farm.
Yeah.
Takes about an hour to inform her that she was now excommunicated.
Oh, wow. For marrying a gay man.
Fucking hell.
No, she married my dad, who wasn't gay. Very much.
Okay,
wasn't
what's
gay.
this got to do with the gay guy? I'm so
the gay guy. She
confused.
didn't marry him because the fact that she
was
already had
gay.
2 kids wasn't acceptable to his family.
Okay, anyway, Chris C, thank you very much for the super chat. Nope, that was Subway's bread in Ireland, Graham. Dickhead. Sorry. Subway, not McDonald's. Take it back.
What a
Subway's
dickhead.
horrible as well. Gunny, thank you very much. BK called Hungry Jacks in Australia.
Yes, it
Hungry
is.
Jacks.
And I went to one in Australia, and it was horrible.
Hungry
Yes.
Jackson Macca's as far as
It was,
the eye
it
can
was
see.
bloody horrible, man. But they still have Woolworths in Australia.
They do.
Hey,
They still
Yeah.
have CNA in like Holland, don't they? In the Netherlands. they still have
Old school,
CNA.
man. Yeah. it
Although
was-
the Woolworths in Australia is actually a completely separate company. It was never.
Just-
I know, man.
Sheep
I've been there.
everywhere.
Like,
Yeah.
you can get pick a
That,
mix,
like,
a CD single, and then clothing in the one in Australia. Like you
Yeah.
would do.
Can you?
but like there's
you couldn't.
Budweiser, isn't there, from the Czech Republic or Czechia, and then there's Budweiser from America, and they just both happen to have the same name. But it's not a very common name. Like, are there loads of Budweisers like walking around the streets? Like, all right, Mr.
And they're
Budweiser.
both probably shit beer. Like,
No, the Czech one's really good. The Czech
oh,
one's
is
good.
it?
Yeah, the Czech one's good.
Oh,
In-
My dad would dismiss it as Eurofizz. Oh no, actually, no, he quite liked that one actually. He didn't like the American one. 'cause
Eurofizz.
That's some kind of like approximation of beer because there's a war on. And what can you do? What
And,
can you do? Creativen, thank you very much for the super chat. It's crazy, but parish priests can do what they want.
I thought you were going to say Paris. I was like,
Paris priest can do what they want. Oh no, Cozy's gone. Oh shit! So I hope it didn't offend Cozy. Oh no, she's back.
hey.
I thought you went off, Cozy. You're like, what are you talking about, Graham? Go away.
No,
need some
I'm
coffee too,
still
I should've
here. I'm
got
still
some.
here, but my kid.
Maybe
just
if I
came in
yell
the
and
room.
cry, my
Oh,
wife
okay,
will
fair
come
enough.
inside.
So, any news stories apart from the Pope that no one cares about?
Trade deal?
What's a pope?
The Pope is the leader of the Catholic Church, dating back to Saint Peter.
What's a Catholic?
It's a
David-
denomination of
don't-
Christianity, a follower of Jesus, an
Darren's,
offshoot of
a Catholic.
Judaism, which in turn was not
See, the
probably an
problem,
offshoot
the problem
of
with the British is
Egyptianism.
that they know
What's
exactly
offshoot?
what the Catholic Church is. They just don't follow it. They
Now-
created their own.
Now I don't know whether you've mentioned this, but because I'm a bit late, but I'm just wondering, what's it like knowing we've all been shafted, according to Kamikaze Bad Enough?
Oh, she's
Been
just going
shafted.
for the. She's just going for the whole like. She's just going hard on the defensive, and even other Tories are
Yeah.
going. No, it's
Well,
actually
it's
all right because they're pretending it's a Brexit benefit when there's no
Yeah,
Brexit
maybe.
benefit at all. It's not even a proper trade deal. It's literally just a tariff reduction. There's no heft to any of it. And then you've got all the Brexit all going. See, finally, and it's like, mate, we wouldn't have had Trump without Brexit. So, you know, it was like the test for Trump.
Yeah. But who was more desperate in the UK-US trade deal? I think that the US was more
They were
desperate.
both
I-
desperate.
Yeah.
Totally.
They're both looking for a good headline. They're both kind of failing in their own way. I mean, Trump's approval rating is terrible.
I actually think Trump was more desperate for it.
I think Trump was
um,
more desperate.
Yeah, I think I
yeah.
agree.
And I think Starmer's approach to the whole thing is that if he wants this, then let's at least improve our trade
Yeah.
relations and protect some jobs.
But do you know what's
it,
fucking
yeah.
crazy? Okay, so here's the craziest thing that you're an American, right? Imagine Mikey, imagine Brenna, imagine this, Scott. You're an American.
I'm not even from
and-
this planet.
and-
Go on.
And you want to buy,
I'm from
you want to
California.
buy an American car, but that American car is manufactured by an American company, but in Mexico, and you'll have to pay a higher tariff on that cheap little American-owned, American company car. than you would have to pay on a fucking Rolls Royce from Britain. Like, this is what the trade deal was for. It was like
Can I answer?
luxury cars, 100,000 luxury cars,
Can I-
tariff free.
They don't care. They're going to buy
Can I-
them anyway because
can
they're
I-
status symbol.
Can I answer?
Yeah.
I will just get the Vanquish. I think a Bentley would be really. I'll just buy that. You know, I'll just go with the more expensive one. I mean, it'll be a little bit more expensive. I'll have to live in it, mind you. But
You want a Land Rover for that, I reckon.
I just love that
I'll,
these.
I'll get the fucking $700,000 car, and then just put me and my family of 40 in it
No.
to live for generations because that's the best deal, I guess.
But
I guess
could you
maybe
imagine
that's
like
what he
Trump
thinks
going
Trump's
to
thinking
his
we're gonna do.
faithful and going, hear ye, I have great news. You can now buy
Yeah.
Rolls Royces and Aston Martins
Yeah.
from the United Kingdom. But I'm going to leave the tariffs on your Fords.
Can
and
we
your
can we
GMs,
can we
and
get
Chrysler's built
can
in
we get the
Mexico.
can we at least get the Reliant Robin? I think it would be funny, and we get
What's
some
it
good
called?
YouTube
Okay.
videos from it.
Sadly, we don't
Oh.
actually we don't have any UK car brands anymore, including the
The
Reliant Robin.
TVR.
Not-
I missed the.
Well, all right, maybe I'll give you the kit cars that are made.
What
in
about that wooden one?
Norfolk.
Jaguar.
The Morgan.
Well,
The
Jaguar Land
Morgan.
Rover.
Yeah, the Morgan. Can we get Morgans?
How about the
Yeah.
three wheeler with the Trotters Enterprise on the side?
Yeah.
Reliant,
You want
wasn't
like an MG, like the old MGs were fucking gorgeous, man. The convertible MGs.
I haven't.
But that's
I
now,
have.
that's
I,
now an Indian brand for terribly badged Chinese Indian
Oh
cars.
my
I have a Mini, but it's a German Mini.
I
It's a
love
BMW.
minis. My
I
dad
wa-
actually
that-
used to do them up when I was little.
When
Well,
I
I need
my
help
first
fixing
car
mine.
Will be a Mini.
Talking of cars, in 1 second.
I'll
after
sell it to you,
Alistair,
Scott.
Alistair, thank you very much for the super chat. Hi, Darren. Excellent Friday frolics, and a big wave from
Oh,
Alistair.
glad you
lo-
enjoyed it, Michael.
I love Darren.
I've got a question for the panel. What do you think has caused loads and loads of car accidents in the last 5 years? Like, what has been the thing that has just seen an uptick?
Brazilian
in
butt
car
lifts.
accidents?
Men.
Yeah.
You
Sorry?
can't drive past them. Brazilian butt lifts. It's very
No,
distracting.
they are
Uh,
distracting. Apart from that,
Too much on your phone.
no, not phones.
Despair, the despair at everything.
You got
oh.
the first
Yeah.
3 letters
Domestic
right.
violence.
14 years of Tory austerity.
Yeah, that too. but no,
Birds.
this is-
The birds.
This is all over the world. This isn't just based in one
Oh.
country.
Birds.
Sorry. What was that, Cozy?
Potholes.
Cookholds.
Potholes.
Oh, potholes. No,
Not
this is
JD
everywhere in the
Vance.
world. This is
Yeah.
everywhere in the world. This is
We're
not
not
just
talking
in
about him.
Still men.
your local council.
Still men.
Accidents, Chelsea
Meghan
tractors,
Markle.
Teslas, Brexit, smart motorways. No, this is in every country in the world.
Men.
No,
Meghan Markle.
no, it's something that wasn't around over 5 years ago. So
Simps?
what's new in cars that is making them way more dangerous
I
than
don't
they used to be?
drive. I don't know.
GPS.
No.
The new
Uh,
Pope.
Can you repeat the question?
I've never had a car
Trump.
that was less than 5
Something
years old,
that they're
so-
doing, that something that they have in new cars is causing more accidents than ever.
Oh,
before.
those screens.
The fucking
iPad
screens. Yes. Thank you very much, Scott.
Yeah.
The
Who would've
screens.
known?
Screens.
Who
I'm
would've
gonna go
known?
They
with I'm gonna go with the
distract you more.
tires.
You can play
Tesla
it
distract-
has
movies
screens
and
that
TV
are like the
shows
size
on
of a
it.
telly.
They slow down your reactions more than if you drank up to the limit. It's
Really?
actually safer to drink up to the limit
How
and
are you
drive a
allowed
normal
them,
car.
but not phones? I mean, they're the same
Yeah.
thing.
No, this is what they're
Like,
saying because okay, so I'm trying to maneuver in my car, right? And the windows are fogged up, and I'm like, shit, I've got to turn the anti. And on my old little Ford Fiesta, I'd literally press a button, and the heater will come on, and it would defrost.
You got to bring
the
up the
window.
menu.
Got to
find
bring up the
thing on
menu, go
bring
to
up-
the air conditioning thing, go to, and then you got, and then you press it, and you might not have pressed it properly because it's a fucking screen, and you're trying to look at the motorway, and there's all. Honestly, it is the most dangerous fucking thing, and everyone I know who has a new
wondered
car
about
with one of these fucking screens in it screams about this because you got to press something 5 times in different places across the screen while
Oh
trying
my
to drive at the
God,
same
that
time,
is
and
so
it's so fucking
dangerous.
Well-
dangerous, and people are dying.
Well, why don't you just park in the garage?
Why
What?
don't you just catch a
What?
bus?
Yeah,
Walk.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
just
I
avoid
agree
it
with you
altogether.
You know what?
Get
Like,
an
Have you
Uber.
seen the public transport system in the UK?
Yeah.
E-bikes.
Get some skis, cross country
Hey,
skis.
our public transport in this country is infinitely better than the public transport in America. Wyoming doesn't even have a train station. There's no
Okay.
train station in the entire
Right.
state of
If you want to
Wyoming.
put the bar on the floor, that's fine.
It's very bad. Like, it costs so much money. Like, just getting up to Liverpool to see you guys, I think I had to go into London, around London, get a tube, then get on the train up to Liverpool. I think it took about 4.5 hours to get there. And to go to Brighton in May from where I am, which isn't like the other side of the country, that will take me about 3.5, nearly 4 hours and cost me the best part of 100 quid. Just
Yeah.
to-
Oh,
Joking.
God.
no.
That can't be right.
That's
No,
crazy.
it
It's gonna
is,
cost
it
me
is. I have
literally
to-
like £20.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah,
you're in the sweet spot for it. Because I'd have to go.
But if you,
to,
how
um,
much
Well, I
does it
gotta
cost to
cry-
get
There you
I
go, I had
into
to
yeah,
approve
London?
it.
I
One
can
acre
go-
pig.
Take me
Yeah,
about,
goals are just the
well,
worst.
on a fast train, I can get into London in about
Flying
45
rats.
minutes. But most of the time, it's like the hour 10 into London. Then I've got to go from Liverpool Street to Farringdon, and then I've got to go. Fuck's sake.
Thameslink.
I've got to get on the Thameslink. And that's about another. God, that is just such an arduous journey. Because you have to go via Gatwick.
Actually,
and that.
it's not bad that nowadays. Honestly, it's a good
But
good trip.
it'll take me at least 3 hours, but it costs like to do like an open return. You know.
Yeah, it's you're right. I mean, trains in general are just ridiculous, aren't they? I was looking into going to Cornwall this week on a whim, and it's like 88 quid single fare to.
On a whim.
And it's
How much is it
Wait.
on the train?
it's a particular Western train. I'm not going to travel
Very
on a
specific.
train when there are whims available. For God's sake.
Love
You
to
might as
travel on a
well.
whim.
That's why I have
Genuine
trust
travel, you
issues.
know.
That's why I have
They
trust
have better
issues.
service on whims.
The whims pick you up at your door. It's like,
Yeah.
why would you not do that?
Winds
Drop
beneath
you
your
back off at
whims.
your door.
I can go from Chicago to St. Louis on the train for like $40.
Yeah, but you're in America.
Yeah.
You've got Hitler in charge, so.
And also, you know,
Yeah.
I was comparing prices,
trust
but if
the
we want to
transfer.
compare dystopias, I guess we're doing that now.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, like,
Got
yeah,
that
we-
We went from transportation to dystopia.
I was like, oh damn,
we
okay.
went from whims to dystopia in like 0 seconds.
questionable Absanity, thank you so much for the £2 super chat. For your information, the Trotter van is a Reliant Regal Super Van 3.
I love the way this is like pedant night.
Oh, yes.
Like, welcome to Pedant's Corner, where it's
Well,
chaos.
actually, you'll find that that's not.
I
quite-
think you'll find that was
Yes.
I
Subway.
think you'll find that.
Whims
Yes,
don't travel on
proper
a
jobs worth.
Saturday. Whereabouts in Cornwall, though, was it that you were going to get to, Mike?
Penzance.
Oh, fuck, that is like the
But-
far end of Cornwall, right? That's the
Yeah,
end
but then
of the
I
road.
got a I have an alert on my phone for flights to Madrid where my grandson lives. So when Google finds cheap flights, it lets me know. And that was 64 quid
Yes.
return.
No, yeah, that's the same. Like, I'm a weekend, 2 days in Brighton is going to cost me nearly as much as 3 nights and 4 days in Paris.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I have to wave a
Easy.
flag and say it will not be the same experience. You know. so-
Well, of course it won't, because Paris is amazing. I've just got you wankers
Exactly.
to deal with in Brighton. But no, it's yeah, I love Brighton though. I do. It's really cool. It's one of my favourite parts of the country.
I didn't love it today. I had a bad day with Brighton today.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, being honest, not to bring it down, but I was in a terrible mood all day today, and
Oh.
Me too.
and I was having some problems at the doctor's and stuff. And like I can tolerate it most of the time, but I sat on a bench trying to just get a bit of solitude in the day, you know. And this drunk comes up to me, sits there, tries to move into my house, and then the next minute there's somebody begging me for money, and then the next minute somebody falls over in the street.
In other
drunk
words, you
at
have to
11
deal
o'clock
with
in the morning.
people.
Yeah,
Humans,
that's
they're fucking
awful.
horrible. I
Yeah,
hate
but
them.
they know.
People are just
Terrible.
enough to depress you any given day.
No, but they
Normally
know when
you
you're
could-
having a bad day. They
Mike,
know.
I've got to
Maybe.
say, I'm a little bit relieved. I thought you were going to go, well, I was out and there were all these gays everywhere. Everywhere I looked, there were gays. And I was going to be like, what?
That's a
What?
that's a fallacy. We don't have any. There's
I just
none-
can't
none
take it
at all.
anymore.
Classic Mike. I mean, you know, he's
Well,
always.
what we do,
So I was a
well,
massive
yeah.
homophobe.
what you've all missed out on since we became a reform council area is that we use pride as a way of identifying them, and we just round them up into pens in Preston Park, and then you never see them again.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. Thanks
Yeah,
for
it's-
that.
it's
You
like a-
aren't Refuck, are you? Down in Brighton, you didn't go to
No,
Refuck.
no,
it's
not
like
by a
a
long
British,
shot.
I'm
a
very
British El
proud that
Salvador.
we are a little island of green in the whole of Durham. Like, we were the only bit of Durham that went green. Both of our councillors were Greens.
My town's the
Didn't
only one in Essex that went, or this definitely my part of Essex that went red in the
Yeah.
general election.
Futum Stuck says, I was that tramp, Mike, and I apologise sincerely.
That's all right, but you're still
Some
not moving into
people-
my flat, Footen.
What was it? It's like an episode of Inside Number 9. Literally.
Mistakes
So-
were
so-
made.
So, with this conversation, to go along the lines of, do you have a flat? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I move in?
Yeah. He sat down
No.
next to me and he said, I'm having a terrible day. I'm really suffering because of alcohol. And then he opens a tin of beer and says, and I said, well, try not drinking that.
I thought you were going to say tin of
Like,
beans.
the alcohol's the problem. Put that
Crazy,
in.
right?
I
You need a
honestly thought you
light
were gonna
beer.
say beans. A
Yeah.
light beer. We don't have light beer here. And I love the way in
No.
America they say day drinking, when to us it's just drinking.
Yeah.
Just
Also,
breakfast.
also,
I
Mike.
love. They have to drink out of a paper bag, don't they?
Yeah, they have to cover up the
Yeah.
they have
So
to
no
hide
one
their
knows they're
skin.
drinking.
Oh, I wonder what
this-
he's drinking.
It's a
Milk? Hell.
Coca-Cola
Yeah.
in a
Cool.
glass
Paper-
bottle.
You can use the paper bag afterwards to huff petrol as well.
Just
If they're drinking out
Just
of a
dual
paper,
use.
if they're drinking out of a paper bag, you think they got money for petrol? That's way more expensive than beer.
Right.
yeah.
It's
Just out of
actually a
interest,
bag of
Mike.
like heroin.
Just drink the gasoline at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. out of the pump. Do you remember that guy that put the pump thing up his arse? That came up on my memories the other day.
What? What
Do
is
you
even
remember that guy in
happening right now?
America? The guy in America who was photographed with the gasoline pump up his bum. Do you not remember that?
No,
I'm
Yeah,
gonna get.
no,
I'm
I
gonna get a
remember
picture.
that.
I'm gonna
No,
get.
don't put it on the. Don't. We'll
No.
get. We won't just get demonetized. We'll,
I will Google it. Like
I'm not googling a picture of it.
No, that puts you on a
What?
list.
What would your
Just put your
search
list.
criteria be to find that, Graham?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you type into Google? To find
Certainly
a
won't be
man-
lubed up
Literally,
guys,
you
would
put
it?
a gas hose pipe up ass.
Yes, yeah, gasoline. But that's just what you search for.
Lube
nice-
Brothers
That's right.
Mechanics. Oh, that's
Yeah.
not
Search for
okay.
a Saturday night.
I'm just wondering, Mike, you know, when this guy sort of mooched up to you, did he put his arm round you and say, I love you?
No, no.
Oh.
It wasn't even
You're
that.
my best mate.
Maybe if he'd done that, I'd have asked him to move in. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cozy, you're well bright, mate.
Yeah, I'm in the garden. The security just
In the garden.
What's it's in the garden? Anyway, Alistair, thank you very much for the £2 super chat, mate. Loving the banter, of course. Host, it's excellent. Thank you very
Is
much,
it?
sir.
We're just a
Bacon.
shambles, man. That's all.
We are a shambles. I'm supposed to be talking about the bloody news. There was all these things to talk about with
Well,
Pope and
there's not much to talk about.
How
Really.
trade
about-
deals, drug deals, guys who chop down a tree.
How
Are you
about-
upset that those guys chopped down a
Yeah,
fucking
that's-
tree?
Men always
No.
destroy everything. They're dickheads.
No.
Like,
I'm upset about it.
Lock them up.
yeah, I am. I think they're pricks. I hate anyone that
And
chops down a tree.
on James O'Brien this morning said, why would you care about a tree that you'd never seen in real life or you didn't know before it got chopped down and then it was
pictures of it.
famous? But to that, I would say a lot of murder victims, I have sympathy, empathy, whatever, for them, right? Because I'm sad that murder victim. And I've never heard of them before they were a murder victim. I still think the person who does it should have to then plant 1 million trees. That's my punishment. What's your punishment for them, Mike? Million
For
trees.
chopping down a tree. I
Yes.
don't know. We've chopped down all of our trees in this country. We pretend the
they're
countryside is the way
bastards.
God intended it to be, but it isn't, is it? So
My
No.
You
neighbour-
Looking
realize
at-
why you came over to the United States, right? Where you got the colonies was
Yeah, 'cause we ran
because
out of
you
trees.
had no trees.
Get all of our trees.
We had all the trees, and now we don't have the trees for you, so we have to go to other places and get trees.
well, there's
Fair
a
use.
there's a reason we
Use.
kept Canada, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
full of trees. And you
Yeah.
can tap them, and maple syrup comes out. You can like get a little metal
Exactly.
straw, tap it into
Dual
the tree,
purpose
and
trees.
maple syrup comes out the fucking tree. It's
It was
Yeah.
it doesn't
originally
even work.
it was originally named Treeland.
Yeah.
Treeland. to go in Greenland. So what?
England or
Mike's not too bothered. What do you think should happen to them, Supertansky?
I don't know what I think should happen to them, but I think it's cunty. I think it's completely cunty to chop down trees.
I want them to have to plant 1 million trees before they die.
There you go.
That's their job.
I'm
A
interested
very
in this
large number.
Because for the next 24 and a half years, they just have to plant trees every single day.
That's
Every
7 days a
second,
week.
yeah, every second of every day for that's a
18 hours a day
That's
planting
a-
trees.
That's a lot
God,
of.
I've got lemon in my eye.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Oh, why is tonight such a disaster?
Why are you putting lemon
Why
in your
is your
eye?
stuff
Put lemon in your eye.
attacking you?
No,
Your
it's
food
from
is
my,
attacking.
It's from my
Damn.
food.
Drink
Oh
it.
no!
Oh, for
You
fuck-
got a
I can't
drink
drink it out
problem.
of my eye.
You got a drink problem. The bottle attacked
Yeah.
you earlier, and now your
That's
drink is
another
cork
attacking
way
you
of having a
directly.
drinking problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bottle twice attacked me.
Just out of
Drink
interest, Mike,
kills
did
you.
that guy drink that can out of his eye?
Poured it over his head and then poked the can in his eye.
No, I don't know. Like my neighbour out the back chopped down like 2 really nice healthy trees in nesting season, and it's just been a barren wasteland out there ever
Oh.
since. They've done nothing with it, and it was lovely shade for our garden. And for me, I grew up in a village, so I hate living in a city. Like I
Yeah.
really hate it. And it was like a bit of sanctuary for me, and I wouldn't have minded so much if they were actually doing something. But the entire back of my house is now just like, it just looks like a wasteland out there. So
I've been
it's like, what
there,
was the
yeah.
point of that? Like, it was on the very perimeter of their property too. It was like right round the very edges, and it just kind of went over my back fence. And there was like wonderful
Where?
birds and yeah. So I think anyone that chops down trees, I mean, it was just an act of wanton destruction for the sake of it. Like, they're obviously psychopaths or dickheads. They don't have
They're absolute dickheads. It came out of the court case. They're
They're
fucking
morons.
idiots.
looking like
Absolute
kneecap.
fucking morons.
They were like dressed like kneecap.
Speaking of
They
birds,
have, like,
Yeah.
barbers
the
on.
emus and the cassowaries. We did see the emus at the zoo on Wednesday. But we didn't go into the birdhouse where my favorite little guy, who wasn't really a favorite before but is now, the Roadrunner. The Roadrunner is hilarious. Hilarious bird.
No.
Oh, they
Absolutely
were
crazy.
Stupid. They were both. Oh my god, they were so.
Were they pissed or
Well,
something?
Yeah, you guys. I think we're gonna be on Sky News. We're
Yeah.
going viral.
Oh,
The
God.
other guy just
Oh,
replied back.
God.
But
"We're
viral
literally
for
on
everyone
Sky
thinking that you're a
News
prick.
now." Huh?
It was like viral for everyone thinking you're an absolute fucking.
Yeah.
So it's not like a good thing. Like I think
No.
just I think to me, like, people that do that kind of stuff, that kill living things for a laugh, are no better than people who like do horrible things to animals, really.
Yeah.
And I and people who do things to animals, like I can't say I'm
bit that-
extreme what I would do to them, but I'd look the other way whilst other people did stuff to them.
The bit that bothers me in this country in particular is we give more news coverage to the tree being chopped down than somebody being murdered in their home yesterday. Like,
Well, it's so common that women are killed in their home every day that
True.
it'd be all that would be
Very
all
true.
right.
I think it's because it was sort of historical.
Yeah.
And,
It's like
I
someone
think
like
that has
taking over
something to do with it,
Stonehenge.
like when you're yes, it's something to do. I think within British culture or English culture, or whatever, very very protective of historical things.
Yeah.
and I
Well,
think
until
that's
they're
why-
chopping down.
That's like the source of NIMBYism and things like that. You know what I mean? So it permeates throughout the whole of British society. It's historical things, certain historical things. It is sacrilege. To
You just
touch.
don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I think it's really grim. And we don't have enough trees. But like you were saying, Mike, we chop down too much of our wildlife, and
true.
a lot of the time people don't care about everything that was knocked
I
down.
was-
by HS2 or whatever.
We lost
Yeah.
a lot of trees during the Dutch elm disease days of the 70s and 80s. Like we lost like 1 million
Yeah.
trees or something.
Lest we
absolutely
forget the
crazy.
Dutch elm days.
But yeah, and
I
then
was-
we replaced
I was
them all with
listening
male
to a-
trees, and that's why everyone gets hay fever.
I was
Ah,
listening to a
shit.
podcast about the trade deal the other day.
female
I
trees.
can't remember which one it was, but they were talking about the fact that farms will disappear from the British countryside. And I was thinking, yeah, this is the problem. We've sold ourselves this idea that nature is farms. When you fly over the UK, because it's such a small country, you look at it and there isn't really any areas of England left that are natural. in any way, shape, or form. They are all managed by us and created by us, and it's all farmland. And we've been sold this idea that that is the countryside, but it is
Rich landowners.
yeah, it's the 19th century version of industrialized agriculture. You know, nowadays we just have warehouses full of chickens instead. Basically, they're a bit
And the
easier
royal
to
family
spot.
own all of the fucking.
Are,
Like,
are you hating on farmers, Mike?
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Oh, don't let Liz Webster hear you.
It's classic.
I have
Mike.
zero
I mean, any
zero
chance he gets.
sympathy for farmers. Basically,
He goes
Zero.
and he
Oh.
I've seen him punch a cow before.
Absolutely no. I free the cows from the tyranny of.
Sorry, cow.
Free the
cow.
cow.
A cow herder.
Free the cow.
And then he eats them all. And then he eats them all. Did you know cows
the-
have friends and they can recognize them for many, many, many years?
Yeah.
Oh, that's made me sad.
This is why I don't eat beef anymore. See, I'm starting to gradually learn things about all the different animals, so I'll just completely stop.
It'd be a bit mean to go and eat a beef burger in a field of cows. and
Oh, you just
say-
reminded me.
This
just
is your
reminded
mate.
me- you've just
Yeah.
reminded me of something there. What? It's that. For a time, I went through reading autobiographies, and one of my favourites were reading Ozzy Osbourne's. And he said he were in a field. He were in a field, cooking it, and a few cows went up to him, you know, because it's cooking it in this field, and he went, "Don't worry, no relation."
Did he say that to the mate of the bat whose head he bit off?
Mm.
Absolute nutter he was.
He
Apparently, he
was,
didn't mean
man.
to do that, did he?
No, it's the story is that he
thought it was
fake.
He thought it was fake.
He thought what was fake?
The
thought
bat.
the
Someone
bat was fake.
people threw like rubber bats on the stage, and someone
Oh,
actually threw a real one
shit.
on the stage. I mean, it was dead.
Really?
It was
I
dead.
mean,
it wasn't
the Ozzy Osbourne show was golden though. Like when they threw a ham at their neighbour, it was like one of the best shows for telly. Like, it was really,
It
really,
was so
really funny. Just lobbed a ham over the fence.
But that was like nothing compared to the things that Sharon Osbourne.
She's
sent people
crazy, that woman.
Yeah, she sent people things in the post.
Tricks
She's
out snares over
insane.
get
She would
roadrunners
get
like
her
other places
children
get
to
cold.
literally shit
Just
themselves.
zipping around
not
lot stealing
surprised.
French fries
She
and
would
chips
send them in the
from
mail
fat
to
pigeons.
people
That's
that
so
pissed
awesome.
her off.
And then they just had their dogs just shitting all over the
They
house.
are
all over the house, just
psychotic.
shitting
They are
everywhere.
awesome.
Just like, oh my god.
Well, they got
This is
people to come behind
Sharon
and clean it up.
Osbourne.
They're both
Yeah,
of them in their house. They just had dogs just crapping
She was a nutter about the kneecap gig at Coachella,
Oh,
wasn't
She
she?
did
God,
go a little.
no.
She
What
went
happened
fucking nuts
there?
about
She
that.
turned boomer real quick, didn't
She
she?
kicked
Yeah,
well,
she went full
what
boomer.
did
You
you
never go
turn?
full boomer.
Turned. She's been a
Where
dick
did
for years.
I missed your conversation about this. Where did you all end up on the kneecap story?
I just think it's
It's a lot of
manufactured-
bollocks.
It's manufactured hysteria.
Yeah, it
really,
is
like-
literally.
because they obviously went combing for years and years and years to find those posts as well. Like, it wasn't just something like, it was from, like, one of them was from like a live performance in 2023 or 22 where they said something once.
Yeah.
And when you look at the fact that the Tories are massive hypocrites because they took an extra 5 million in donations from a guy that said Diane Abbott makes him want to shoot
Absolutely.
black people and kill
Yeah,
black
right. Like it was it's the hypocrisy at the.
And they use the
highest.
term themselves. The only good, fucking hell, the only good Tory is a Tory is a slogan that they use themselves in their literature to try and take back the slogan like they did with Tory scum. So
Yeah.
fuck off. Like, this just the reason the Tories are kicking off about it is because they've, all
You
their
can get
all their
headlines.
all their ire's directed at Muslim people, basically.
Mm.
So anything that they can do to try and direct more ire at, like, people that are sticking up for, people that are by and large Muslim, then it's grim. Up the kneecap. I like them. I think they're cool.
I heard another good. I think it was the rest is entertainment talking about it, and they did quite a balanced sort of view of the context of the band.
Mm.
That they'd grown up across the peace process basically, and they were from that side of the tracks, and it was their life. They literally just talk about their entire background and history, and they're a punk band. They're
And
supposed
they're
to shock
and
you.
they're a hip hop band, which have always historically talked about social
Yeah.
unrest and also like and also when you start kind of like trying to censor music. I mean, obviously, I think it was a bit strong. I mean, I wouldn't personally say.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
I
it's
was
a
gonna
it's
say-
a cock up on their
I-
part.
I-
It's
I
like,
don't think
it was
they
a
should-
stupid.
I think it was
Yeah.
a stupid thing to say. I really
Yeah,
do.
totally,
Especially as
yeah.
2 of our MPs have been murdered in the last
Yeah,
10
I
years.
know,
Yeah,
but
totally.
they
And
killed
if it had been a
30,000.
Tory saying it about, oh, hang on, there was a Tory, wasn't there, who said it about a particular MP? Wasn't it Diane Abbott?
Yeah,
Wasn't it
Yeah,
Diane
like you
Abbott was
just
said that
mentioned.
he wished that she was
Lancaster.
dead? Oh, yeah. And what was he? A huge donor to the Tory party.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
what
he
happened
said-
to
man
him?
just said that.
He
What
did,
happened
Where's
to
your,
him?
he did
where's your
say
Christian forgiveness, Graham?
he did say he didn't think anyone was listening when he said it. So you know,
Yeah.
so-
Also,
should be
where's
fine.
your
That's all
Christian
right then.
where's your Christian forgiveness?
I'm not a
Graham?
Christian. I'm not a Christian.
No, but then you
Never
know,
forget, never forgive.
The Tories killed 300,000 people with austerity in their entire term. I mean, where do you weigh up democide against that? I mean,
What I was going to say is, you're right. I mean, like the way that the Tories have gone about, going off on the one about this is disproportionate. I think it's a stupid thing to say, but
it was a stupid thing to say. I wouldn't say it myself, but I'd think it.
I've got a really good line here from Hidden Knight. Thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Talking about the people who shot down the tree, the Sycamore Gap tree. They
Shut
should
it
be.
down.
They should become trees.
There you go.
That's such
Like,
a
no, this is going to be a terrible spoiler. So close your ears if you haven't seen the new Mad Max movie.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, close your ears. Like at the end of that Mad Max movie. Anyway, so moving on. Jade Away, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Don't forget the 2 trans wins this week, Graham. Oh, yes, there was the NC, God, what was it? The NC 19 amendment. There was an amendment that the Tories were going to bring in this week to basically make it so that you had to identify as your birth gender unless you had a gender recognition certificate. And then if you did have a gender recognition certificate, you had to have like both sexes down or something. And it was just a really, really deeply disturbing amendment to the trans data bill. Proposed by a Tory MP called Ben Spencer, and it got chucked out. Thank God. They just said no. Everyone, all the Labour lot voted against it. Thank God. And had actually got the head out of their arse for at least one moment. But yeah, there was another vote as well about recording biological sex plus extra gender markers official BMA GP, like doctor policy, and that got kicked back as well today. So 2 wins for the trans community, which is great. But still a long way to go, and there's still a lot of tasks out there. And I've decided the new strategy: whenever someone is a little bit turfy, I say, I just ask them, "Are you trans? You look like you're trans."
There you go.
Honestly, if you want to just destroy someone, who the way that they
Usually shuts them up.
shuts them up.
Burn everything down. Be the Elmo gif.
Yeah, burn it. Are you trans? Because you look trans. That's all you need to say.
I get accused like they do that to us all the
Then-
time. They
then
do that
block
to
'em.
any woman that is on the right side, and it's usually like, as I've said before, like really butch women saying it to me. I'm like, you having a fucking trouble?
Well, there was a terrible story this week about 2 lesbians in Boston who
Loads of
were
stories
thrown
this
out
week.
of a hotel because they were accused of being transgender. And the security guard threw them out the fucking hotel that they were staying at, that they paid money to stay at.
Well
Because
done,
they
Perfs.
They refused to prove that they were cisgender women. Well, how
Well-
do you prove it? How do you prove it? This is the big question I've got for everyone. What do you want them to do?
Well, they want them to get their badge.
They want to see vagina.
Yeah, but if you have had gender
I know,
realignment
I know.
surgery, you have a vagina.
Oh, it's fucking crazy.
So how do you know? Okay, well, you might, if you've had a boob job, you might have a scar, for when they did the boob job. But if you've just had a boob job, you'll have
I
them.
was the boob job, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what? I mean,
Exactly. Plenty of cis women have
Yeah.
scars from boob jobs.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
and it's one of the things where
So
it's
do
like
trans
this
men, so
whole
do
thing.
Cancer survivors.
Yeah, Yeah.
True.
Well,
And,
yeah,
and, and
text me.
why should young girls now have to grow their hair long and wear makeup that they don't want to wear so that they can conform to this disgusting old age fucking idea of how women should look, how women should present themselves to society?
Which ties in perfectly to the misogynistic far right pipeline of
Women should
women
look like
behaving
women.
and looking. It's
Yeah.
fucking tiresome, man. It's mental.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Absolutely mental.
Gunny has just dropped a £2 super chat in. Does going viral mean you're contagious? Ooh, don't know.
In my experience, no. No, I don't think so.
And then we've got Alistair there. Thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Still got a wee bit of ancient Highland forest, which is nice. And then another message from Alistair.
Which is
Thank you.
nice.
Which is not as good, not as nice. Sad news: Hollywood Parliament have announced today that they are fitting trans toilets. And
Fuck's sake! Sorry.
Hidden Night,
What's the
£2
icon
super
gonna look like
chat.
for those?
Sorry.
What's the
that?
little stick man gonna look like for those? What's the icon gonna look like?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's a stick man on one side and the stick woman on the other, and it's.
Well, they're not trans; they're just gender neutral toys.
I have a question.
same thing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Who's checking for the trans toilets?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How do you?
You just
Who's
stole my
allowed
thunder
in?
there, Mike?
Who's allowed in?
Don't know.
I-
J.K. Rowling's going to decide. She's going to sit outside the toilets like a massive bog troll.
No-
and
no
Is
one-
she, is she
Claire.
going to smoking a cigar at the same time?
No one can
There
pass
you
to
go.
get in. Like
Oh
because
my
they've.
God.
it
They
just-
might be. They might be a black woman, and therefore not look traditionally Western and feminine enough for J.K. Rowling's liking, and she'll accuse them of
She
being
is
a man.
mental on Twitter at the moment. She's just coming out with the maddest shit
Mm.
constantly.
She had to go at asexual people the other day.
She's having
Asexual people, like who's gonna be the people who don't want to have sex with you?
I know.
Like,
it's
what the
ridiculous.
fuck?
How
Oh,
dare
those
you?
asexual people, where do they get off, eh?
How dare you?
How dare they
How
not
did
be-
they get off? Graham.
How dare
No.
they be?
I've got a question for the
No.
They don't.
Americans.
Non-sexual.
Americans, I saw a
Present.
really disturbing story about Minnesota, I think it was, where ICE tore a woman with a baby away.
Yeah,
What are
the
your thoughts on
story.
that mad
Apparently,
shit?
I saw this. Apparently, the story
That's
is that-
not even the worst thing that's ever happened.
I
We've
know.
got
Yeah,
cancer.
right.
We've got cancer kids
There
being
was a
arrested.
4-year-old with stage 4 cancer
Fuck me.
who was deported, and they were a U.S. citizen.
Do you know? Do you
Oh.
know who just got arrested? ICE arrested them. The mayor of Newark.
Oh,
Really?
this is what's happening now. This is like
Yeah.
Oh.
He was going to a detention center with some congressmen, and then they just surrounded him.
first they came for in fucking real time. It's like it is like a chapter out of an Anne Frank book. It's
Did
so
you- I-
Arrested for
sad.
trespassing at ICE detention center. Fucking hell! I've got
No,
a
he
mate in
wasn't.
Newark.
How long
Nothing-
until they start people start just shooting them because I'm certain that's going to happen.
I'm
like,
not at
people-
liberty to say anything like that on the internet. Not with
I-
Nope.
Cash Patel
thing
running
is,
the FBI,
That's what
which is
Trump
actively
wants.
investigating people. so.
Trump wants someone to start shooting at the ICE agents, and then they can put in emergency legislation because they've
Yeah.
run out of money. There's no money left for the fucking ICE motherfuckers. They spent it all. This whole episode is like that episode of The Simpsons where they put Homer Simpson in charge of the fucking bins. Have you seen this one? And he ends up spending the entire budget on the first day
Oh,
because all
yeah.
the bin lorries are all covered in fucking gold, and they all know how to do a song and dance routine, and everyone has diamond encrusted wheelie bins. And he bankrupts the fucking city and covers it in trash because there's no trash being collected. And so they relocate Springfield somewhere else. Is that the plan? Is that what Trump
Yeah.
plans to do? He's just going to destroy America and they go, we'll just move to Russia.
I don't think his
You're
plan
right.
is that sophisticated, to be honest with you. I really don't think that he could bring.
I
Well,
mean,
I'm
he
my person
desperately
impersonator.
wants
I appreciate
martial
that you're
law.
here.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
he's
I
begged
think
for it.
so.
Yeah. So if someone
And-
shoots an ICE officer, it's going to be an excuse, isn't it?
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
here again, he has uncorked the bottle for the genie. It's not just like the guys who are like, work a regular job and they have guns in their house and they're going to protect their family. They're like, No, the crazy psychopaths. There is no more money at the FBI. Kash Patel blew it all. He has no budget. He was just out in a hearing yesterday. He has no money. He has no plan on when the budget's going to be done. They don't have the manpower now. Our cybersecurity is at risk. He has like
FAA.
it's not like, you know what I mean? Like
Can't fly.
if it's a revolution he wants, brother, I'm way over here, man. Good luck with that. Yo, good
But
luck.
aren't they like
He
militia?
can't.
There's
Ha-
like people, actual like militia that are going out pretending to be ICE and acting
Yes.
as ICE, like the guys that went
Good
to
luck.
the guy. It's just like the guys that went to the border to like what was it, shoot at Mexicans or whatever.
Yes.
Like there's actual people going around because obviously ICE cover their faces and there's no real way of identifying them.
That is not a normal ICE thing. That is as of this year.
What?
That's-
Why?
Wow.
I
That's
mean,
because of phones.
Yeah, because they were getting pictures of
'Cause-
them.
People are actually like identifying these people
Yeah.
Wow.
because
And
they're
getting arrested
horrible.
for it as well.
It's
aren't
like being the fucking SS. That's what it's like.
Yep.
It really is. It's on that level. It's
Yep.
like being a camp guard.
It's just beginning.
It's
Yep.
a really, really disturbing time.
And nobody's doing anything. I mean, this is the thing. Like, it's horror in
Well,
real
this
time.
is
and
actually
nobody's
this
doing
is the
anything.
reason. This is what happened in Wisconsin. So the police were actually, from what I understand, they were attending a dispute between two women and it involved a baby, and the police tried to get involved and to break up the dispute, but the neighborhood came out and started to have a go at the police. So they called the ICE agents to come down and back them up.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So this wasn't a deportation. This was literally just a dispute that got out of hand because the community then started to turn on the police that were
The
there.
bigger guns.
Yeah.
fucking
Jesus.
So
hell.
they're being used as backup now.
Oh my
to-
god.
Just the way the police were being used before as
Yeah.
ICE.
Yeah.
Now it's the other way
They-
around.
Christ, it's just getting worse. I mean, the
New
world
brown
though,
shirts. The new brown shirts.
the world isn't doing like the way that the world is just sitting by and doing fuck all is so disturbing to me too. Like, because obviously this requires like global condemnation, yet loads of our economies are like reliant to some extent on him not fucking us. So everyone's backed into a corner and then he's going, oh, everyone's coming to me to give me a deal. And it's like, mate, people are desperate because our economies are like fucked. So we have no
Well,
choice.
he caused the problem,
He caused the
and he has
problem,
he has the solution.
and then he profited.
He
by
loves it.
shorting the markets and
It's
encouraging
raining him down with money and praise. Like,
all of them.
please save us.
The amount of money he's made in the last few months.
And the
is
billionaires in his
obscene.
cabinet have
He's
made.
made
Oh.
billions.
So
And his
We always
kids
laughed
are-
about Trump
I
not
was-
having any money.
I was
and
just
not
a-
being a
Yeah,
real billionaire.
yeah.
He is now.
I was just about to
Yeah.
say, Mike, everybody forgot about Trump Jr. and the other idiot son. They have a lounge called the Executive Branch. I shit you not. And people pay to have memberships starting at I think 500K. And then once you get to certain levels, then you get to have dinner with the president. It is straight up pay to play for influence.
This is Russia.
It's
And not
Yeah.
only that, I think
UK.
the meme coin is like
Yeah.
just scratching the
Meme coin.
surface.
Yeah.
Eric
Oh,
Trump
the meme
was out
queen.
in the
Fuck, yeah.
well, Eric Trump was out in the UAE 2 weeks ago, and he came back with an $80 billion deal from the UAE. And we're talking about Eric Trump. You know,
Eric.
there's absolutely nothing about that guy that means that you can go and cut some brilliant real estate deal.
Yeah, but Hunter Biden was the problem.
Yeah, Hunter
Hunter
Biden's
Biden
laptop.
was
But-
the
Oh
issue.
my god.
I'm going to read that one out. Our world is still beautiful, Badgers. Remember also that not all humans are bereft of love and the wisdom of love. We remain strong together. Fuck yeah. Air horn for that. It's just going to be a long cleanup.
Nobody sees that. What they hear is Trump saying the Ukraine laptop, Russia Gate, etc.
And that's why he's
And then,
fucked
and
off
then
with
they can just
Zelensky.
they've got carte blanche to go around the world taking bribes, doing everything wrong, and they just turn
Yeah,
around and
they're-
say, but
Their
Hunter.
copyright in all these countries that they never like. Ivanka's got copyright. Their
In
her
China.
labels everywhere.
Yeah.
But this is what the
So-
Tories did. They did
so-
exactly the same. Like we had the Russian the wife of the former Russian defense minister paying for access to our prime minister and like to play tennis with them and have like one-to-one meetings with them, like Russian
But Keir
money.
Starmer had a beer once in Durham.
And
or
Russia,
something.
yeah, Starmer once had a fucking beer, and he had a legitimate donor that just gave him money like every party does, and it was made into a massive problem.
Where's my
And
where's
it-
my
it-
pearls
it-
to
it-
clutch on that one?
know.
None of it is helped, and this is where we should just get go into Mikey's camp of not Democrats basically, because Nancy Pelosi is one of the richest people in government.
How did that happen?
And yeah, because she basically does insider trading permanently, and there's an exemption for members of Congress and the Senate in terms of being prosecuted for
She's a
insider
Democrat,
trade.
right?
Paul Pelosi
Yeah.
is a trader. He's a highly successful stock trader, and she's sitting on top of all these appropriation committees.
Yeah.
And she's a Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the point. It's built into the American system. Corruption is built into the
Same
American
in Britain,
system.
and that's probably
They
why
claim-
Trump admires Britain so much, because
Well, to be fair, I think nowhere near as bad as in the States. Literally, America is able to claim that they don't have any corruption on the basis that they've incorporated it into the system now.
It's
Ah.
normal. It's normal.
Yeah.
I mean, we Citizens United was a perfect example of
Since
how
2010.
corruption was just it's how you get around.
To just
You
just
have to have
explain to
corruption.
the British viewers what Citizens United,
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
that
I know
ruling
what
was.
it is.
Brenna.
It's unlimited political funds.
fucking
because-
hell.
So big
Corporations are people, and money is speech.
Yes.
Okay, but can you explain what it is for people?
Yeah, give us
Okay.
explain it to me like I'm five.
Why is it called Citizens United?
Oh, you guys don't like it when I explain
Yeah,
things the way
explain
that I
to
like
them
it.
The way that
Yeah.
I explained it to
Oh,
us.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I just told you
Okay,
guys.
Americans, shut up. I'll
Why have we got, like-
explain. Okay, so there was a Supreme
Such a
Court
punishment.
ruling, and the Supreme
Mikey,
Court
you're being a
case
Jade Goody bitch at the moment.
by a group.
Goody bitch right now.
Well,
Okay,
I
so
get
Take that
it.
as a
I get
compliment,
it.
Mikey.
Get back
I'm
to
just
the
gonna
kitchen,
mute, I'm
Mikey.
going to just mute everyone but me. There's a
I
group
do
in
need
America that brought this to the Supreme Court, Citizens United. The idea is that they had these PACs, these political action committees in America, and they had a limit on how much money you're allowed to give to candidates, individual candidates. So what the Supreme Court decided about 14 years ago was that, hey, don't worry about it. You can give as much money as you like to the cause of the celebrity, the politician, whoever, as long as you don't give it directly to them, and there is no limit on it whatsoever. From that moment on, the gloves are off. If you were a foreign despot dictator like Putin, or you're an oil oligarch, or you're a tobacco baron, or you were an arms manufacturer, you could just plow an infinite amount of money into your right-wing demagogues, and they would go.
It's how you keep the money clean.
Yeah,
and just
Mikey's
wander it
fucked off.
through.
I asked the Americans to explain that, and he's like, "Oh, got to be cryptic.
I mean,
We don't have time. We don't have time for cryptic."
So yeah.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot like what happens here. Like it's precisely what the Tories were doing, especially during like COVID and such. But it's definitely what Reform's doing, and Farage is doing, who is deep in the pockets or up the arsehole of Trump and trying to get up the arse of Musk. But he's got like you've got literal like billionaires, haven't you, in your cabinet? Like
Oh yeah.
slew of billionaires. So I wonder how that happened.
I was watching the press conference for the trade deal, and Mandelson, slimy little turd,
Oh
was
my god.
fitting in wonderfully with all of these stupid
Hello.
Americans in there.
I
But
looked in his element, didn't
they introduced the new ambassador to the UK. He was standing there at the end of the queue, and Trump turns around to Mandelson and says he'll be all right. He's got loads of cash. He'll be spending money all over London. And you're like, oh,
He
Jesus.
said that about Mandelson.
No, he said it about the new American ambassador.
Oh, but he just talks so much bollocks. I mean, yeah, it's
Mandelson's loving it, isn't he? He gets to hang around in the
He
Oval
was
Office,
he
sucking up
was
to
this-
rich guys. Basically.
Oh my god! The second time he was sacked by Blair, though, he actually hadn't done anything wrong.
No.
Oh my god!
What's going on, Tam?
I'm having such a bad time. I've got a cork that won't stay in my because I've limited myself to 2 cocktails, but I've got a cork that won't stay in my thing, and it keeps I don't know
Popping
why
out.
it keeps
Yes,
popping out at
Is
random.
it bubbly? Is it bubbly?
Well, it's champagne.
Champagne.
It
you
doesn't
can't-
want to be corked.
it doesn't want to be corked.
You
It's
gotta
got gas in it.
Yeah, you
gotta
have to
cool
finish
it.
that.
I can't finish it. Like I can't
Cool
drink
it.
half a bottle of
Stick a spoon in the top.
that. Never works.
I know, but it's like it makes,
makes
you feel
you
like
feel
you're,
like
you're
you're doing
contributing.
something. I might
See,
go
how
and,
fast-
Be a silver spoon.
It's
I
gotta
might
go in
go-
the fridge.
I'm gonna whittle the cork. I think.
Will it pop out again because of the gas building up?
No, the
inside?
actual cork itself, rather than this popper, which is a very bad. It's a very bad stopper. It's not.
If you can get the cork back into a champagne bottle, I'd be very, very.
You're
impressed.
very
going to
strong.
Is
whip-
that a champagne? Like
It's not
Is
proper
it-
champagne. It's from Aldi.
See,
It's like nothing.
Bubbly. Bubbly.
It's
It's basically either Prosecco
I will be very impressed.
we're
It's
not
not
allowed to
Prosecco.
call it.
or a
it's-
sparkling wine.
No, it is champagne. It's Nicolas de Montbar.
Oh,
Produit
from the
de
Champagne
France.
region.
It's-
Bloody
it's from
champagne
France.
socialists. This is the problem, Tan. This is entirely what we're discussing.
Excuse
See,
me.
we're having a problem.
Right? Firstly, everyone should be allowed champagne. Secondly, this cost me like a tenner from Aldi. It's not exactly fucking Moe, is it?
Well, I'm
I
just
always-
saying,
Whenever
it's a
we
rocky
have,
road towards Nancy Pelosiism.
whenever we have like a family get together,
Yep.
I always bring like a bottle of champagne, and it's like $15. But I was like, oh, we have shit, and everyone just gets so fancy.
Great.
And they feel
Great
so
branding.
much more special.
You have to have
Is
the
it Pinky
champagne
out, Mikey?
flutes, right?
Yeah. They get the
It's
dusting them
awesome
off, and let me
marketing,
rinse
isn't it?
them
Because
off.
it
Yes.
is basically, it's essentially Prosecco, and
Yeah.
they've defended their legal right to call it champagne.
Prosecco's
so that they can
like
make it posh, basically.
Sweeter and gassier than
Yeah,
champagne.
sure.
I prefer prosecco though, to be fair. Like I
like
don't really
Prosecco.
like the taste of champagne. I only drink it in a cocktail, but
I hate the
As a
taste of all
non-drinker-
alcoholic drinks.
As a non-drinker, the only two non-alcoholic versions of alcohol that I drink is No Secco and Guinness Zero.
you're a non-drinker. You don't drink.
Yeah, no.
I drink very rarely. This is the first. I mean, last weekend because I had some good results. I had a couple of French martinis.
Copperberg Zero alcohol cider tastes exactly like the alcohol cider.
Yeah,
So be quite
yeah.
careful.
A lot of
It's
them do.
exactly the same. I've got a couple of super chats. So just before we go on, Hiddenite. This is some ages ago. I've been waiting to say these for ages. Thank you very much for the super chats. I mean, JK looks more like a man now. You mean XY rolling, don't you? XY rolling.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Mm.
And questionable absanity, £5 super chat, thank you. Don't know if anyone saw the video I posted on Discord where Bloom explains her AIS and how Y chromosomes are not enough to make you a male. Yeah, it's completely true. And then thank you very much for that. And then Ori, thank you very much for the £5 super chat, Ori. Fully unrelated, but if any of you like rock music with progressive undertones in many songs, I beg you to check out Hot Milk. They're fucking awesome. So there you go. Hot milk. I will make a. I'll
I
make
know
there's
hot
there's a segue to the raw milk section that we did earlier, isn't there?
I know Hannah from Hot Milk. I hung out with her at Glastonbury. She's
Really?
one of Fanny Price's mates. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I
she's
know
Yeah,
about
one
Hot
of-
Milk.
They have a new video out 15 hours ago.
Yeah, it's a kind of. She sent me a message saying you'll like this because it's England till it's like a kind of like her covered in like a bloodied England shirt.
Darian Destar, £20 super chat. FBI Chief Kash Patel, Jesus, is being investigated for being a leather queen and his close relationship with another man. Hoover is his hero, apparently.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Like, no one cares about if you're gay nowadays. They just care
No.
about whether or not you're a prick.
Well, then they don't care if
100%.
you're a prick. You get elected. And then another one from Darian Destar. And Darian Destar, thank you very much for being such a massive pedant, my friend.
Absolutely.
£5 super chat. Tan, it's pronounced Moet, not
people-
Moe.
Oh, whatever.
Mr. Moet was Dutch. Trivia for
I
everyone.
Don't.
And there's a
Yeah.
diacritic
Wow.
marker with the
Yes.
Actually,
Yes, so technically.
technically,
It's
FDR.
aluminum, not aluminium.
Welcome back to Pedant's Corner. Pedant's Corner, roll up. Welcome back
Had
to
throw
Pedant's
that one in
Corner.
there.
Brenna took the become ungovernable grenade and just like, ha ha.
Honestly, like
See?
it's like, mate, I'm a woman. I get everything. You know, people explain basic shit to me all day, every day. I don't. I'm used to this.
Do you hang out with nerds?
No, I'm a woman that deals with mansplaining on a daily basis.
Mansplaining.
I prefer
But Tan,
tansplaining.
You know
Mansplaining.
why we do that, don't you, love? You know why?
She doesn't know what
Mansplaining is when a
is.
man
Yeah.
explains something to a woman.
Something in a way that she
In a
can
way-
understand it
Yeah.
with
Let me
little
try and
words.
simplify this for you two. Look,
Get out of the kitchen.
Get
No,
back in
it's,
the
it's
kitchen.
it's so common, like especially like as a woman that makes political content. I mean, you cannot put a foot wrong because
No.
you will have a sea of men. Like when I don't get anything wrong in my videos, they will go for a typo in my subtitles.
Yeah.
Or they will like literally they find anything they can to just try and make and they're usually
So try and undermine what you're saying.
yeah, and there was a guy the other day who had 300 YouTube subscribers who makes shitty Minecraft videos. He was trying to critique my videos, and I was like, mate, I've got nearly 1 million followers across my platforms. I don't need advice from you. Like, trust me, I'm fine. But they just constantly try to undermine.
Yeah.
You. Just so.
And in the chat is saying, for full effect, the woman should know more than the man does about the subject for the full effect of
Yes.
mansplaining.
Yeah.
Like when it's a woman who's a physics PhD and they're being like explained to by someone who hasn't even got GCSE.
My
Oh
favorite
my
thing. My favorite thing
Combined
is to
science.
go through mansplain tweets,
Oh, it's
and
so
it's
common.
amazing.
It's like inbuilt too. It's actually like inbuilt, they're compelled to do it.
Yeah.
The company excluded.
Davina in the chat saying mansplaining is that the same as teaching your granny how to suck eggs? Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
That's a
much,
very
yeah.
rude turn of phrase.
I've never
Suck
never really
eggs,
got
not
that.
suck cock.
I've never really got that phrase. Have you? Like, does
Thank
it,
you for the
Does
clarification.
it mean that?
Yeah.
Does it mean
At
that
least, see, that's
traditionally-
clear to me.
Does it
Thank
mean
you.
What are you
traditionally
doing
that grannies
today?
were
I'm
just
teaching-
really good at
I'm teaching
sucking
me
eggs?
granny how to
Teaching my
suck
dad how to
cock.
suck dick.
I think my nan.
I
knew
understand
now.
Tantric nan.
Tantric nan.
Tantric nan.
Why? I don't want to think about my nan doing that. Why? What does the phrase even mean? I don't even understand.
What,
Sucking
tantric
eggs. I don't
nan?
get it.
They're not
Does it
tantric
mean-
nan.
So
In
let
the
me explain
past.
it to you.
Yeah.
It means we're really good at this.
You've been waiting for this. Go on then, explain it. Come on.
I was a mansplaining joke. That's
You
all
have
that
to
was.
put 2 holes in the
He
egg.
doesn't actually know.
What
You
does
have to
it
put two-
fucking mean? Is it to do?
You used to like eat an egg, but you'd put 2 holes in it and then
Yeah.
you'd suck it out. If you only put 1 hole in it, then there'd be no way for the air to get in to fill up the
I
egg.
don't understand what that's got to do with a nan sucking an egg, though. Like,
Because that's what people used to do to eat eggs. It didn't have a cooker next
Why
to them.
didn't they
'cause
just-
it was the Middle Ages?
They didn't know that the shell was openable?
Well, I mean, you're walking along with an egg that you're going to eat, and you got no way of cooking it because you know, it's the 1500s and you don't have gas yet.
They didn't have
But my
fire.
nan-
Well,
They-
you're
they
going to
had
start
fire.
a fire. You could still,
They
you can
could
still,
boil water.
you can
Or
still
maybe
drink a
you
raw
want
egg.
to make nice Easter decorations and you want to have the
I'm
actual
so confused.
hole.
So you just make 2 small holes in the egg, and then you would suck the inside of the egg.
Why the fuck would you want to do that? Why would
Because
you
it was the Middle Ages, and it was exciting to get an egg.
I just
You can get
rather
an
not
egg every day, unless you had
Protein,
chickens.
sustenance.
You're just
raw
so,
embryo. Exactly what I'm
protein.
after.
Protein.
you're just
Fuck
so
that.
excited. You're like,
It's
I
not
can't
an
wait.
embryo.
I
It's
can't-
not an embryo. It's an egg.
I can't wait for
Okay,
this
Benny,
water.
Not fertilized, so it's not
I
an
can't-
embryo.
I can't wait for this water to
Well, it might be
boil. I
fertilized.
just have to eat it now.
Yeah.
Start stabbing
No
holes
patience.
in it. God, just wait. It takes a minute and a half for the water to boil. Just
Yeah, but then
wait.
you lose the shell.
What?
I'm gonna
you
eat
want
it.
to
I'm gonna
preserve
take the shell and
shell.
throw it into the chicken coop or
We-
whatever. I don't know.
We've got another super
Yeah.
chat from Davy, and he's
Compost.
doubling down. He's doubling
Thank
down on
God.
the mansplaining. You'll
Oh.
Scunthorpes, for reveling in your ignorance, I shall pray for you.
What did he say?
He said that he's going to pray for us for reveling in our ignorance
Good
on
luck,
how
mate.
to
I'm an atheist.
correct
I
the
don't
correct
care.
pronunciation of Moet.
You're saying this to a half-pissed atheist. I don't give a fuck.
Apparently, the new
Only
pope
half.
will have to be useful for something,
Oh,
for forgiving people for
This
misspeaking.
is so horrible, but I'm still
so-
drinking it.
so real quick, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. On Saturdays, I do a show with my buddy Neil, who's another Canadian brother, and we talk to people about their deconversion stories. So if any of
Ah.
you atheists want to come on and talk about how and why you left your previous belief system, let me know and we'll get you
I never
scheduled.
had one, to be honest with you. Like I was never
happens.
raised as a Christian besides in school. Like in school, because it wasn't like even like a proper like religious school. It was just most schools, regardless where I
Had
grew
a
up,
religious element to
just
it.
had a Church of England kind of like bit where you
Yeah.
would do things like in turn with the season, where they robbed from the pagans. So it would be like, harvest festivals and Christmas and all that kind of stuff. And we would do like church services and we'd all walk down to the little local church and we would do kind of harvest festivals and sing kind of like Christian songs in assembly.
Sounds like you want to come on, Tan.
But we didn't have any like religion forced on us besides singing songs.
Nobody
Like,
ever
that was it.
explained to us that we were doing religion.
No one ever did.
It was
it
just
to us that we
common
were
thing.
doing religion, and at home, like we weren't a church.
That's what they
family.
want to do.
Like no one in our family was religious. Like none, apart from my nan later in life after she had a brain hemorrhage. But I think that was because she just got close to death. But yeah.
My grandfather was a priest. So my mother was a believer, and then we were all brought up atheists.
Is that why you dress like a priest?
I mean,
You've got a bit of a priesty vibe
Snappy.
about you. You've
I-
got a bit of a
actually-
priest bag vibe.
I think it's-
I regret being brought up that way because I think I'd have made a very good evangelical TV preacher in the
I think
States.
you made loads of money.
Ooh.
Loads of money.
No, you got a good heart. You would have never made it.
Sinking
I
in
love,
money.
I love the way that
So
So,
damn morals
I-
again, Mikey.
Morals would have
I-
gotten his way.
I was a choir boy, and my atheism journey was reading the fucking Bible.
That's all it takes usually.
really.
Well, yeah, that'll do it.
I had the
It's,
fucking thing. I went, oh my god, this is insane.
It's better than Lord of the Rings for
Mate,
its
honestly, I
imaginative
was,
stories.
It's not. I mean, Lord of the Rings at least is a little bit coherent. This is absolutely the rantings of a madman. I'm pretty sure it was just scrawled all over someone's cell in the fucking Bronze Age and shit. And they went, okay, we'll just transcribe it as best we can.
It was
It
people.
makes no sense whatsoever. There's a book of Jesus, right? One of the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, one of the Gospels. And it goes on for about 10 fucking pages about this whole lineage dating back to the king of fucking,
To David.
King David.
Begets.
And it's begats. And then it gets to
Everything.
Joseph, who then it goes, oh yeah, but that wasn't Jesus' dad because Jesus' dad was actually God. And you're like,
Yeah.
why have you just wasted my time
Right.
telling me about someone's lineage when they've got nothing to do with this?
Ancestry.com didn't actually
Fucking banging you.
end.
This is people applying subtext to it, though. I think a lot of it is people applying their own translations to it.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly, with some of the
Interpretations more than translations, I
That's
think.
what
It's just-
that's what I meant to
yeah.
say. Sorry, yeah, interpretations. Yeah.
Although Jesus is Joshua,
Interpolations.
wasn't he? And it was
Okay.
mistranslated. It should be called Joshua.
Joshua.
Yeah, it wasn't Jesus. It's Joshua. A misinterpretation of the word Joshua, the
Misinterpretation
name
of
of the name Joshua. But yeah, absolute bloody nonsense. But I mean,
I haven't seen
some of
that,
the
Kate.
things that Jesus is supposed
What kind
to
of
have
stuff do
said,
they do?
quite nice.
I think he was a
Some of
nice
them.
guy in real life, probably. You know,
Some of them are a bit shit, but you know.
he'd have been woke
But,
as
you know,
hell.
some of
Like-
the things Confucius said were really nice. Some of the things that Buddha said were really nice. You know,
I read
Even
Sun Tzu
Muhammad
every
had
once-
some good days.
I read
Gita's
Sun
a
Tzu.
beautiful book.
Yeah.
Lao Tzu.
Sun Tzu.
Is that the art of war?
Sun Tzu.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Taoism?
No, the
No.
art of
No,
war.
Lao Tzu.
Oh, Taoism's quite interesting. So's the Bhagavad Gita. That's a beautiful book.
Just be nice to people. Don't be a prick.
Well,
That's all you need
this
to do.
is-
You don't need a big fuck off book that's like this big with tiny little fucking letters in. Just don't be a
The
prick.
Gospel of Graham.
But it's
Yeah,
a
don't be a
Don't be a
guide,
prick.
right?
Don't
Like
be a
I'm
dick.
friends with I'm friends with a priest, and he says it's a kind of moral guide. But he's a very cool priest. He's very LGBT friendly,
Yeah.
very inclusive. But he gets a lot of shit for being that.
Yeah.
But he's a really.
And how is it a
sensible
moral
guy.
guide, Tam, when there's the slavery in it? It's like,
I
yeah, slaves are
know,
all right.
I know.
You've heard of an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, right? That goes on. It goes, yeah, and an arm for an arm, a leg for a leg, a bollock for a bollock, and it gets to the bottom of the list, and it goes, unless they're your slave, and then as long as they get up the next day, no problem, you know, no harm, no foul. And if you do kill them, well, they're your property, so who cares?
Well,
I'm like-
all the biggest landowners in Britain are basically descendants from like slave keepers. Like this is the thing. Our aristocracy is built on cruelty and subjugation. So
Yep.
Not only that, and this is worse, they were also French.
No.
Fucking hell, Mike. What's the
fact that-
francophobia doing here?
No, I'm
It's
being
like-
French
Oh,
will,
yeah,
will
yeah.
make me like feel a little bit more sympathy. I'm a francophile, so I'll probably feel a bit. No, I'll never feel sympathy for a slave owner, but like people don't realise the horrors behind the aristocracy in this country. Like that documentary. about royal family
Slave owning
today.
French noblemen are very much the lemon curd and Marmite of the Middle Ages.
Nice drawback. What's the ranch Pringles? Who are
Of
they?
All
the
dressed.
Middle Ages. That's got to be the Vikings.
The Vikings.
The fucking-
I hate Pringles, but I'm tempted to try one of those. Like really tempted.
No, these are so much better than the
I
all
hate
dressed
Pringles
nothingness.
though. They disgust me.
These
So-
are rubbish.
so- We've got another super chat coming from Ori. Thank you very much. I was brought up with Christianity all around me, and my parents would send me to holiday clubs, which would subtly infuse Christian teachings into everything we did, but
Oh,
it didn't
brilliant.
work. I'll tell you the other thing that got me out of religion. Well, two things actually. It was Red Dwarf and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
And what?
Way outside, no kind of atmosphere.
Hang on, we said what you did say we were going to sing.
Honestly,
People
I
have paid good money not to hear that, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my stream didn't get shit, so on we
Yeah, we didn't get
go.
money.
Mikey, I'm glad.
Go for it, mate, go
very
for it.
glad that you started singing that because it's one of the best theme tunes ever,
It is.
ever, ever, ever.
Mhm.
So I've got a question, right? So this week it was revealed that Donald Trump wants to reopen Alcatraz because the
Oh, yeah.
movie Escape from Alcatraz was on the telly. And he went,
Fucking
oh,
hell!
let's go. And this is going to cost more than reopening the Tower of London to put
Fuck's
royal fucking
sake.
prisoners in. And it's twice as daft. There is no sewage. There's no water. They would have to bring in a freighter full of water in the morning, and then they'd have to take out a freighter full of shit every night. Like the whole thing, the idea of it would be absolutely
See-
bonkers.
See, Greg,
But he saw the movie and he decided to do this thing. So my question is, what movies should we get Trump to watch? Like, should we pay
Good
for like these
question.
movies to be shown on like
Can you
PBS or
imagine
something?
what would happen if he watched Mad
No,
Max?
there's no PBS.
Give him daft ideas.
independent,
bear in
independent.
mind,
Day.
he won't watch any movies made after 1990. So they definitely have to be a Clint Eastwood film or a.
And it has to be
Is that-
shown
that-
on
is that like a
TBS
fact
or
about it?
FX or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It can't be on HBO.
Yeah.
So
What did we?
Because
do
apparently he
deserve it?
watched it on PBS
And he-
in Florida, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then 2 days later announced he was withdrawing the funding for PBS. So it's
Anyway.
like,
Sesame Street.
Fucking hell.
thanks for the movie and the Alcatraz idea. Now you're all fucking sacked, basically.
What did we do to deserve to be, born on this timeline? What have we done to
Did something
deserve?
terrible.
So-
we did
Nah, that
something
didn't-
terrible in a previous
Brexit.
life.
So
Yeah.
the thing is,
it's
we don't.
Brexit.
It's something so bad that they won't tell us, and that's part of the punishment.
That's the
Yeah.
worst part. Yeah, like that
We don't know why we're here.
Why are we here? We're not gonna tell you. Don't
Wiped our
know.
memories and dropped us on this fucking salty ass rock. And now we're fucked. Damn
Very
it.
instinctively, I want to
It's
say
over,
Die
mate.
Hard for some reason.
No,
but-
that's a
Die
good
Hard.
one.
But that's a Christmas film, so
So what would,
Damn right
what
it
would be
is.
the policies that come from that? He's
But
going to
wouldn't
say
he-
that the straps of watches need to be even better.
We
so
just
you can
need
hold on
to-
them when you're hanging out
Everyone
the
has
window.
to wear their watch on the left, upside down from now on. Only
We just
upside
have
down
to,
lefties.
we have to
Yes.
just not tell him he's Hans Gruber getting yeeted off.
I was
the
going to
There
say
you go.
that the problem is he has a habit of siding with the baddies in these films
Yeah,
as
but
well, or
we-
getting the point of the film completely
Yeah.
wrong.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
that is
stop
really-
the phone. We got an air horn super alert. We got a 50-pound
Time out.
super chat from Darian Distar. The Bin podcast deserves love. Thank you so much.
Darian, legend.
Thank you.
Love.
Okay, I'll stop.
Awesome,
I'll stop
Spikey.
whinging.
I love this.
I'll stop whinging.
Can I
For
take
now.
£10?
Yeah.
I gave you 5 minutes of entertainment. £10.
Yes, yes.
Send it
If you come to Brighton in 2 weeks, I'll get you a can of Pringles. Salt and vinegar Pringles, the best Pringles.
I can't believe we're
Oh,
having
after
to
this, I'm not
persuade
gonna eat
Scott,
Pringles for
of
a
all
long
people,
time.
to go to Brighton.
That's a what?
Unbelievable. I said I can't believe we're having to persuade Scott of all people to go to Brighton. It's
Yeah,
like
Scott,
it's
why are we
like-
having to persuade you to go
it's-
to Brighton? You
it's
just
your-
told us it costs you 50p and there's loads of gay people there.
It's your capital.
Oh, girl, baby girl. Oh,
Thanks again, Kevin.
It's bad, isn't it?
It's the gay capital of Britain, mate. Like,
Admittedly,
It's
it
£12
is bad.
trade.
God,
I'm
not
oh,
come.
I
God,
don't
not
know, I'm
come.
be bothered.
oh, do I have to come?
Yeah,
I mean, you
it's a bit
don't. I mean,
like that.
Oh,
that's the tourist
man,
slogan
that's
for
bad.
Brighton.
I can promise
Do I
you a
have to
terrible
come?
time, Scott.
Poor taste.
A
Gutter
taste of a
humor.
terrible time. Paul Ewan, thank you very much for the £5 super
Hey,
chat.
if I get a taste of Graham, I'm going.
That's how you lure him,
One
Graham, like a
moment.
little titty
Oh,
siren,
no, I'm
like
not
to
gonna-
Brighton.
I'm looking at a catfish, Scott.
Go on, get your banana out for the lads. Do it.
This is just my avatar.
Oh.
When you meet me in
Okay.
real life, I know you have met me in real life.
I have met you in real
I
life. I
know, I
still
know.
want to sleep.
And
with
it's
you.
not deterred him. Like, enough,
Don't
enough,
put him
enough.
off at all.
Enough.
Paul Ewan, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm following the good of Graham. You Graham Sandals worshippers can bugger off. This
Oh,
didn't take
Sorry,
long.
Darren. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Nice little Life of Brian reference there. And then Jenny Robinson, thank you very much for the
I bet
£2
he's
super
naughty
chat.
boy.
Starship Troopers for a movie that chose.
Oh, that's
No,
a great
because
idea. Put him on an island full
Scientology,
of really,
isn't
really
it?
dangerous killer aliens.
no,
Starship Troopers is propaganda.
Yeah,
where
but
we
it's
think the
Scientology,
good
satire.
guys.
Satire.
Yeah, it's the
I got
we
it.
think the good guys.
He wouldn't get it as satire. He's too thick.
Independence
It's
Day.
really an intellectual movie. You're right.
Independence.
Day.
Independence
He
Day.
will be inspired by Bill Paxton and then will become some sort of decent human being after he hears that
all-
speech on the 4th
We
of July.
all are inspired.
but
Jeff
I'm fairly
Goldblum.
certain
It might
he,
work.
He watched it and then announced Space Force, didn't he? So,
Fuck it, Jurassic Park.
He just starts hunting down this enemy president, Paxton. Like
Yeah.
he believed I lost in 2020. Where is this president? I'll find him.
Maybe
He's
Back to
still
the
on the hunt.
Future. Maybe Back to the Future too.
I still pick
No,
Jurassic
because
Park.
then he'll go to St. Louis and destroy all the Chuck Berry stuff, who actually invented rock and roll.
True.
Chuck Berry.
Ta-
And also,
Tan,
also he
Jurassic
would totally
Park.
be on Biff Tannen's side, wouldn't he?
Hell
Because
yeah.
the
Oh,
other
he-
guy's got all the
Biff
He
real
is.
estate.
He was
Gorgeous,
modeled
isn't he?
after that.
Yeah, it it was was. based on him.
Or like Biff Tannen was modeled after Donald Trump. Like
So
that whole.
He would biffify
that-
us.
It was.
Tan, are we thinking with Jurassic Park that if he watches that, he'll say, right, we need to grow dinosaurs.
Yes.
And then they'll grow dinosaurs, and then the dinosaurs will
Will
eat him
eat
on the
him.
bog.
Yes, that was my exact thinking. But failing that, weird
Love it.
science.
Weird science.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
good choice.
Yeah.
That's a
Godzilla.
fucking brilliant. Bad Boy Bubby.
Bad boy puppy, fuck him up for life.
He would
Um,
not understand Bad Boy Bubby.
Questionable Absanity is suggesting Civil War from last year, which I
Oh.
thank you for the super chat, but I really disagree with that because I think that
You
any
don't like that.
MAGA person would watch that and go, "Fuck yeah, that looks great." Ah.
It'll
There's a
give
there's
you-
a
Yo.
line where one of the women says she's just witnessed some people being executed in front of her, and she said, "Oh, that was awful." And she's all crying. He says, "But I've never felt so alive." And it
Oh
was just
my
like,
God.
Oh.
"Look, the thing you need to say."
I mean, the
Alex."
clips from that looked good because you saw them just like pew-pewing loads of people inside the White House and then like fucking up all the cars. But it felt a little.
Yeah,
bit
if you
like-
imagine that Trump is the president at the end, then that
Yeah, it
So-
felt a
Let
bit
nice.
gratuitous.
It's a nice ending.
Let
It's
me-
a happy ending for once.
Let me remind everybody of one hurdle that all of these white supremacists, these white nationalists have. And it's the same hurdle that they've always had, and it's black folks. So be cool, and we're going to be cool. Cut up. Cut up if you want to. Because we already know that they're itching for something to happen. That's why ain't nobody moved yet. Cut up if you want to. And then when your people don't come back or you can't find them, that ain't our problem. Maybe he got lost. But that's somebody else's problem. And there, again, like it's like you can't say, oh, there should be this reaction to this or there should be that reaction to that. You can't talk about those reactions because those actions are illegal currently.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
there are things you will not hear about. The news story I was going to bring up earlier was Anonymous hacking the airline that was transporting all the migrants.
They have.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. Anonymous hacked Global X is the name of the airline. They got all the flight manifests. They know the names of every single person. So if it doesn't come out to the public, they're going to put it out to the public.
Fucking
Wow.
legends, man. I mean, this is the thing. I think
the white people need to be using their privilege in this situation
Absolutely.
to globally
Stop
to
renting
stand up.
U-Hauls to dudes who
I mean-
are
Right.
wearing tactical pants and boots. Don't rent them a U-Haul. They're just gonna fill it with white supremacists and go somewhere.
I've got an idea for the movies. How about Fitzcarraldo, the Werner Herzog movie where they try and carry the ship over the mountain?
That's well
'Cause
niche for me, mate.
He might go off and do that. He might fuck off into the fucking Amazon jungle and try and pull
Jumanji.
a boat.
Jumanji, Cool Runnings.
Yeah,
Nice.
I
cool
like the idea
runnings.
of him go. Maybe Walkabout. Maybe Nicholas Rogue's Walkabout.
Karate
and
Kid.
Might go into the desert.
Just
I'm
walk
kind
around
of thinking
kicking.
anything where someone goes into the wilderness. Oh, A Perfect Storm. Maybe he'll watch that and go,
I'm
yeah,
just
ooh,
naming
Castaway.
Oh.
yes.
Perfect.
That looks like
Castaway.
fun. That's right, Donnie, go and fuck off to a desert
We just
island.
drop his ass off in the
But to be
But to
Pacific
be honest
somewhere.
with you, like not even the bald want to be his mate. Like
That ball is paddling. Wait.
The ball just goes up and drowns itself in there.
it would just deflate itself. It just-
Yeah, I'm
Just starts
wondering-
absorbing water. Just no.
I'm just wondering, what's the name of that film that was Matt Damon film where he's on Mars? What's the name
The
of that film?
Martian.
The Martian.
The Martian, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were
Send
going
him
to talk
there.
about Dogma. Dogma would be interesting.
So you're going to say
Arguably-
dog in then?
7.
You should watch, and,
Ooh.
and
He's
you
no
can all name
stranger
your
to dogging.
favourite, but you should largely watch any version of A Christmas Carol, and I would argue in favour of A Muppet Christmas Carol.
But he's
Oh,
he's
that's
not
opposed to
able
the
to-
original book. No,
Right.
but that's the problem. and
Happy
that's,
Gilmore.
that's exactly what Dickens said after he published Christmas Carol.
Mike, he's
which
not
was
able to
that
absorb
it was
the
in.
sentiment.
No,
I got it,
But he
I
said
got
it
it.
was incredibly. He said it was incredibly popular with the targets that he was trying to.
Oh.
Y'all
go
ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Home Alone 2. It would blow his fucking mind. He'd be like, oh my God, who is that guy? He's beautiful. And then he was just like,
Handsome guy.
He's-
Look, he should be the star of the show.
Macaulay Culkin's
You
at
tell-
home watching this, like, no, please, he's probably forgotten about me.
Macaulay
Please.
Culkin's like,
Ooh, maybe he could watch the 1989 James Cameron movie, The Abyss, and go
I
the fuck
love
down
that.
to the Titanic in a little submersible.
I love that movie.
That's a good idea.
and it's
That's
not to
such-
standards because health and safety. Who needs to do health and safety?
Free Willy.
I still can't watch that. The scene in that film where they put the rebreather masks on, where they breathe.
Oh
in
yeah,
water.
dude.
I
Water.
just can't watch that.
To figure
So-
what
out.
about
It's
Home
tough,
Alone,
yeah.
but with Macaulay Culkin's brother playing
Kieran
the
Culkin.
character he plays in Succession? That would be amazing.
Now hold on, I want to watch. Now I want to watch that movie.
There you
I want to
go.
watch that
Fuck
movie.
him.
Could you
I want to watch
imagine?
that.
Have you
Could you
heard
imagine-
there's an internet theory bouncing around Reddit that Kevin from Home Alone grew up to be the killer out of the Saw movies
What?
All right.
because of all
That
the
is-
traps and the way because he just turned
It
into
is-
Oh,
psycho.
okay. I was
He's
like,
probably more likely to be his brother from Succession. He's a total psychopath.
Chris Columbus, the director of Home Alone 2, Lucas is pointing out that he wishes the scene could be cut out of Trump turning up. in Home
Oh
Alone.
God, it's so
Yeah.
unnecessary. It's such a weird thing. I think Trump was also
Most
Sex and the City, the series Sex and the City. I
ugh,
think
Yeah,
it
he would have been,
appeared in
wouldn't he?
one of the episodes. I think Samantha tried to shag him.
gross.
Oh.
Ew.
oh, that would
That's a
drop
gruesome
you.
twosome.
Give
That's
her,
Have you
bad.
s-
give her the award
the
of the
Muppet-
year for whatever
Yeah.
that year was, because that is some
Samantha
acting.
was-
Yeah.
Did you
Samantha
see the
was
Sesame
amazing.
Street clip of Mr. Grump?
Yes.
The one that's been going
No.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the theory is this is the main reason he wants to shut down PBS is that they did a scene in Sesame Street, a story where there was a guy called Mr. Grump who wanted to knock down Sesame Street and turn it into some prime real
Towers.
estate. And
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
From
clear as
Towers.
day.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was Joe Pesci with the blonde hair wig.
Yeah, yeah.
God, it's so pathetic,
It's-
isn't it?
It's good.
I'm gonna call it a
questionable-
night because it's
It's
midnight. and
midnight.
I'm gonna
It
play
is
the-
midnight.
Hey, I'm
It's
Mr.
the
Grump.
witching hour.
I really suffered last
It's
week.
witching
because
hour,
I was so late with you.
and I'm
Yeah,
going
well, we're going to wrap
to
up in a
go
minute.
search
So thanks very
tomorrow.
much, Cozy. Thanks, Scott.
Bye, love.
Bye, everybody.
Night, night, darlings.
Come to Brighton, you slag.
Bye. I just want to say thank you very much to Questionable Ad Sanity for the £2 super chat. Agree, Wrath of God, the monkeys at the end. That's another Werner Herzog film.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Grizzly Man, the Werner Herzog movie about Timothy Treadwell?
We're all over Werner Herzog this evening, aren't you?
I know, yeah.
Get a
It's
room.
Documentary
Yeah.
about this guy who loved the Bears, and he used to go up to the very north of Canada or Alaska or whatever each year to go live with the Bears because he loved the Bears, and then the Bears fucking ate him because the
Yeah, I was
fucking
just about to say,
Bears
was
And
that
and his
him, but-
girlfriend.
and his girlfriend. Yes.
Yeah.
They
I've
got
heard
eaten
about
by
that,
bears. And there's a bit where he listens to the audio of them being eaten.
Oh,
And then
don't.
he goes like this. He goes, no one should ever listen to this. You must destroy this recording. And you're like, you fucking weirdo.
Mate, you
made
can
a
see
film about
literally
it.
people having their heads blown off on Twitter pop up on your feed. Like, I don't think it's going to
Oh.
really mess
Yeah,
with
that's
people
I
too much.
have not touched Twitter for so long.
Yeah.
It's like
it's bad.
rotten.com.
Yeah, it is rotten.com. It's rotten.com, casino ads,
fucking hate that.
and fucking like porn.
Pedophilia,
Yeah.
pure
Yeah.
pedophilia. Like everyone.
I've seen stuff on the internet that's just like flashed up, like you said, like 20 years ago, and I still
Oh.
can't get
Yep,
that
I
image
still
out my
see
head.
it.
Well, I'm
still
lucky,
see it.
really. Like, I don't get a lot of that, but I do get people like vicious misogyny daily, like
Yeah.
really vicious stuff. And the thing is, you just get so desensitized to it. Like, I don't even register.
Yeah.
I just block and hide. But I'm doing that all day, unfortunately. But it's
I just
I
very
showed-
yeah.
bad.
I showed my wife in one of the clips because I play Call of Duty and I make like little shorts and they're hilarious and you should watch them because I don't use guns. I have a riot shield and a throwing knife and I embarrass people and I make and I make them very upset. This kid put kid with the riot shield, hang yourself, get enough rope for your whole family. Like they are, and this we talked about it on the Headliners on the Bid Network yesterday. Do not let your kids online by themselves. Do not put them on Fortnite. Do not leave them on Call of Duty. Don't get them a microphone so they can talk to their friend from school. No, it is a bunch. It is Twitter out there. Twitter has spread to like 4chan has taken over Twitter, and now Twitter is everywhere. So
and Kiwi Farms.
Yeah.
and,
4chan's gone, hasn't it? 4chan's disappeared.
Oh no, the incels haven't got an outlet anymore.
No, but they have because it's just it's become
It's
the rest of the
dispersed.
internet.
Yeah, it's now out in the open.
It's been
Yeah, it's Twitter
revenge of the
now.
nerds for the last 15 years. If you're not a white man, I
Well,
mean,
this is the thing. Like, I don't know what it was like in your school, but in my school, there was like the cool nerds who liked rock music and indie music and went out to gigs and actually had a social life. And then there was like the nerds who were like really horrible people. They were just not nice at all. They were just not just a bit like weird because you're a nerd, but like they're just a bit, you know.
dicks.
And that now they seem to be in charge. They're teamed up
Again,
with the
Mikey.
jocks.
Again.
they've always been that way. The internet's always been hostile.
Trump's not a nerd; he's a jock, isn't he? So Elon Musk is like this horrible nerd, and Trump is this horrible jock, and they're working together to kill everyone else in
Oh
the
my
fucking
God.
school.
I don't think he's a jock though. He's like the grifter kid, you know what I mean? He's like the hustle kid who would always just like
Yeah.
lie and take and
He's-
borrow shit. He's
he-
the borrow kid. Like
he
was-
has
never did-
the watches and the trench coat.
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
Let me
He
sell
just-
you these authentic watches.
He was
They're-
the weird.
they're
He
both
was the
the-
weird adult
they're
hanging
the-
out at the playground. Like that was
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, they're
He's
the
still
he
in.
had the,
suck-ups
he
to
had
the
the pack
bullies.
of money.
They were never the
Nah,
bullies.
the
Musk
lad,
and Trump
like,
were
he
never
can't-
bullies at school. They
No.
were literally the ones that sucked up to the bullies constantly, and they were the ones
Henchmen.
that
They
were pushed
paid 'em
by the
off.
bullies. Yeah, they're
Henchmen.
pushed by the bullies to say the really awful stuff to kids that they're
Yeah.
just about to beat up.
Hate them.
Yeah.
You
Well, the
can't
rich
call him a
kids.
jock when he wears like the same amount of makeup as girls wore when I was
Yeah,
in school in the
totally
90s.
not a job.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
the
it's all
guy's got-
Not a
about
joke when he leans at a 45
his
degree
whole
angle.
thing is like
Foundation.
machismo, isn't it? Never backing down, never saying you're wrong. The whole fucking handshake thing where he's got to put his elbow up when he shakes someone's hand.
Doing
It's-
this all the time.
Yeah, he's just a fucking twat. I
Everyone
hate him.
knows what it means, you dickhead. I mean, the guy wears more makeup than my auntie. I mean, he looks bizarre. He's a bizarre looking guy.
Yeah.
He's very odd. His hair is wispy.
And he still believes he's handsome.
And that's why all the the AI images of Trump are all like muscles and
Yeah.
Well, this is
tan,
NFTs.
and he's
this is what I was this is what I was going
everything's
to
all
say about
perfect
the
because
the
they
film.
can't do
We're all-
that to the real life.
So they weren't
man.
real.
Exactly.
He's a firefighter
Graham's
with an
talking
axe. He's all.
Graham talks about showing Trump. I heard of Vertsgub films basically, but there's no way he'd even watch them. But he did a post, he did the Pope post the other day, didn't he? And then on May the 4th, he did a picture of him in black robes with huge muscles holding a red lightsaber saying Happy May the 4th. And you kind of go, you just look at it, and you don't even have to be a Star Wars fan to look at it and go, that's not a Jedi. You're not, you're on the
You're not
fucking
the
dark
hero.
side.
You got a red
you can't have a
lightsaber.
red lightsaber
How the
without
fuck-
infusing
the
your
whole
evil
point.
soul into it. Basically.
He's
How
the
did he-
Nazis.
How did this happen? How did this fucking happen? I mean, it's bizarre.
Because we stopped telling idiots that they were idiots, and that's the big problem. Forrest
Well,
Gump
and
came out in
also-
1994 and went, "Oh, idiots have got a heart of gold." And do you know what? Most idiots don't. Most idiots are fucking horrible people,
Forrest
and
Gump
they
was
hate you because you
idiot.
know more stuff than them.
But
Forrest Gump was a
Bubba.
kind-hearted man.
On the just a bit before I go, I watched Bad Influence on Netflix. Have you seen that series?
Heard about it.
I would highly recommend it, and Tan, I'd recommend it to you. Because it really opened my eyes to what they call kidfluencers.
Oh.
And I think one of the things I took from it that I didn't really put into the documentary necessarily was it was large. There's one, they paint her as a terribly evil mum, and I think she probably was, who pushed her daughter into being a kid influencer. And then she collects this gang of kids, largely from single parent families, into a big house, and then they monetize them and they sexually abuse them and all sorts
Oh
of
my
things going on.
Jesus.
But it literally was
Nickelodeon?
like, but they were making a comparison. It's all on YouTube, so they were making a comparison to the Disney Club of the previous generation.
Yes, the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah, and then you're looking at it and thinking, the whole Jimmy Savile debacle, etc. I have a friend who worked on Top of the Pops years and years ago, and said, there were queues of mums pushing their daughters into Jimmy Savile's changing room.
Wow.
So it's gone. All of this stuff has gone on forever. But what this documentary really reveals is just when you said don't let your children on the internet on their own. It is a horrific world these kids are being brought up in social media.
Yeah.
The kids that are doing the films are not the criminals here. They are absolutely being victimized and bullied into doing this by people trying to make huge
Let
amounts
down
of
by
money.
the
out of it.
parents, yeah.
Yeah,
And
exploitation.
at one point, they were bringing in $50,000 a week in this network
Fucking hell.
and offering homes to single moms of divorces who were pushing their kids to be famous, etc. So it
It's
became
like
this
tape,
money
but for
trap.
kids. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And getting them to have what do they call them? Shippers or something. There's a phrase for my daughter, 13-year-old daughter, is really popular. She needs a boyfriend. I'll
whoa.
Yeah.
So what they then do, they go off and they recruit.
Matchmaker.
Yeah.
And
It's
they get the
like,
boyfriend in, and then they start making films about their first kiss, all of which is all these kids are being screwed over, and the kids
Yeah.
watching it are in an even worse
Bit
situation.
Jean Bonnet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a bit
It was the
pageant.
brother
It was the
Well,
fucking brother.
with the
yeah, and
railroad thing.
pageants.
It was
Pageants was the start of all of this. All these
It was
kids were in
Yeah.
pageants,
undoubtedly
and
the
they were
brother, Mikey. I completely, having watched the documentary,
100% it's the brother.
and the parents covered up for it.
Yep.
Mhm. Yep.
So they placed her
Um,
in the basement.
Your man's Trump. He was the one walking into the dressing rooms of Miss Teen USA.
Yep.
I mean, it.
Yep.
We already
Why do
know.
you think he owned it? So he
I
can
don't
do
know.
And he
whatever
bragged
he
about
while
wants.
he
doing
was
that.
while he was best friends with
Which is-
your best friend Epstein, like
This is
Yeah.
the
same
same
time
administration that is freaking out about trans women using women's toilets.
Yeah.
Yo,
And
y'all got
he
Epstein's
walked
homie.
into
It's the protect the
changing
children,
rooms
Graham.
while underage girls were getting
The
changed.
rapists
and
are the
bragged about it.
senators, are the pastors, are the youth leaders, are the church leaders. They're the
Always.
rapists. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not the trans and the LGBT people. They've always
No.
been friends of women and
Because
children.
it doesn't fit their narrative. You
Well,
can't go
correct.
after pastors. You can't go after police. You
Deflection.
can't go after Congress. You
It's
can't.
It's
And in terms of the news this week, did you hear Trump talking about the pencils and dolls?
no,
And describing it
God,
as
no.
he said, you've got a 9-year-old, 8-year-old beautiful baby girl, 15-year-old, 17-year-old, 11-year-old beautiful baby girl. Why does she need 30 dolls? And he go, well, stop with all the fucking ages. You don't call a 15-year-old girl a beautiful baby girl who wants dollies, basically. What is
Gets
wrong
worse,
with you,
doesn't
you weirdo?
His
Not
brain
him.
doesn't work.
He's a
It
nut.
just
Gets-
doesn't work.
All
It gets
scrambled
worse
eggs.
as well.
It
It get-
doesn't. There's no functionality.
Fluffy
It gets-
scrambled eggs up
It's
there
the-
on a
it's-
plate.
Scrambled eggs, Mikey. He's the guy that's still like poking a hole in it and sucking.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
He,
It get-
he
it
only
get-
pokes one in though.
It gets
Yeah.
worse though. Is it? Am I right in hearing that he wanted to declare war on a country called Mattel?
Yes.
That's
What,
it.
after the Barbie?
Yeah, the
Yes.
people who make Barbie, he's decided that Mattel is now a country.
Fucking
God.
hell!
Yes.
Yes,
He wants to declare war on them.
yes, they were
Darren.
mean to me, so now I'm going to declare war on them. No dolls for 10, 15-year-old babies. No more.
You're the best. You're the best
That's the
Trump
best.
impersonator north.
I
of
hate.
border.
I hate how good that Trump was.
It is
I
really,
hate it.
really good. Like really good.
I
Do it
like-
again,
Don't
do
ever
more,
do
I
do
like-
that to
more.
me.
I just want to put one critique on it. Keep the wine, but do some of the pitch shifts because he
Yeah, go
drops
on.
down all the time for no reason. He's got that
No reason.
that Bullwinkle
No
bullshit.
reason.
There it is. It's unlocked.
Yeah.
It's unlocked.
Again, Darren, do it
We
again.
got
Do it
it.
again.
All right.
they were mean to me for no reason.
There it is.
Ah!
All right, print it. We're out of here, everybody. Let's.
China.
I'll see you. I'll see you at the craft table. Good shoot.
End of day.
Good shoot today, guys.
Thanks very much
the
to
day
Questionable and Sanity for the £5 super chat. The common factors with Trump, Zuck, Bezos, Musk, etc. They are talentless, spiteful, arrogant, greedy, prideful, lustful, jealous, envious, and vain.
So this.
That's the way Jesus
I'll
would
give
have
you that.
intended.
So
B-word.
the best part of all this is it's always these kinds of villains that die from their own trap.
Hmm.
It's coming.
They
Like,
never die. They
Oh.
never die. That's the problem.
Oh.
They never die.
but y'all ain't never had a trap like this. These Americans are buck wild, and you are starving them while they are fully armed to the teeth and paranoid.
Oh, I
Good
hope
luck.
so. I really hope so.
Good-
Yeah, they
like,
didn't take away
he-
the guns before they started.
Yeah,
taking
you
away
forgot
everything
that
else.
part. You
They
forgot
should
that
have started
part.
taking away the guns first.
Too late now.
Yeah.
They got their hackles up now, so it's only a matter of time before there's going to be armed conflict, and my black ass will have nothing to do with it. When y'all are done, I will walk out onto the rubble and claim my new
I'm in
area.
California. We're already breaking up for the rest of the
They out there with crowbars trying to get
just like,
in the
we're just
ocean.
like sawing it all down. No,
Like
Mikey.
Bugs
don't
Bunny.
mind us. We're fine.
Mikey, live stream it, mate. Like, just trust me. Just live stream it out the window, duck, and just hold your phone up, and just and laugh and live stream it.
I'm-
But don't go out there. Like, don't.
I'm in the suburbs. We already know what's going on. We're all like, yo, these property taxes are about to get crazy. So like we're all chilling.
There
But
you go.
I do
when
worry.
them farm folk start getting mad, oh brother. And when these little dirt poor white areas start getting mad, you better watch some license plates coming from the south. It ain't gonna be none of us.
The poor white people, the people
Man.
he built himself up on, are the ones that are going to go after him first.
I mean, his
His base.
He gonna have his
ratings are
own
pretty
January
low,
6th.
right?
Say again?
His satisfaction ratings are pretty low, right?
Yeah.
Like they're plummeted.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
across
why
the
he's
board?
very upset.
Across the
Trump?
board? Or yeah.
The Republicans still fucking love him.
No, but apparently
No.
he had like the biggest drop of any president ever.
Yeah, but he was not very
For
popular.
first
to
100
start with.
days is one of the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah, he beat himself for the most unpopular president after 100 days.
Makes a change of him getting a
Yeah,
child.
he beat himself. But yeah, there's the independent voters, the Democrat voters, they all fucking hate him even more now. But there's still a
Imagine just-
disturbing number of. Last I checked, his popularity was at like 41% approval. I
It's
mean, the
below that.
Democrat Party. Well, the Democrat Party was on 27% last time I checked.
They're not in
So
power.
still
That's
more-
not important.
But he's still more popular than the Democrat Party at the moment. Like that is after all he's done. By the way, Mexico is suing Google for changing the name of the Gulf of America.
I hope so.
I saw that. That's good
Fucking
news.
hell.
I
mean,
hope
it's
so.
just-
Even
mean-
better. Right. So there's some people out there who are a bit geographically challenged, but there was a woman in California. Did you hear about this, Brenner? Going on about how Mexico were dumping all of these what were they dumping, like sewage and all
Waste,
this kind of
yeah.
stuff, waste, into the Gulf of Mexico, and she was saying that this is coming up on the beaches in California,
In San Diego,
in San Diego.
Nice.
they're
I've
dumping
not
water
heard
in
of
the.
that, but
She's from Wyoming. She was saying that they
Is
were
it-
dumping
They
in the
don't-
Gulf, and it was ruining the beaches in San Diego. Said
Just
the
to
Wyoming.
explain, there's
lady.
like
That's
This is it.
it's like 1,000 miles of land between the
No,
beaches in California
that-
and the
that
actual Gulf of
explains-
Mexico.
That explains why Trump wants to take over the Panama Canal. If that shit's just going through the canal and up the other side.
oh my God.
Apparently, it's going over mountains. It is a massive spill.
I
Nothing
mean,
explains Trump's actions. Nothing.
oh God.
But
Does
it's
make
just it's like they are the worst of humanity. They are thick, they are vicious, they are psychopathic, they're narcissistic, they're just like
Ugly.
the absolute fucking worst. And anyone who supported them, anyone who fucking voted for them should hang their heads in shame for the
And-
rest of their fucking lives.
And the thing is, like, because Trump has decided to make politics Jerry Springer, everyone's watching it. So all these little hearings and stuff like that, instead of getting like 2,400 views like they would normally get, they're getting 30, 60, 150,000 views in like a few hours.
Mm.
They're up there watching Kash Patel have no fucking answer for why he does not have his budget together, why he is not capable of doing his job. And this is and look at all the national security leaks that we're having because of Hegseth. There is a problem with picking these people that, oh, he can do it. He picks the best people. He has the best crew around. No, he picked a bunch of fucking morons. And guess what? The fucking wheels are coming off of this place because you have no one who is competent at their job. And you know what Trump hates and the American people also hate? Failure. If you suck, you suck. And we're going to tell you you suck. He is sucking up the place. And even Fox News is struggling to like shine this turd in a way that is pleasing
He's
for their Fuhrer.
so mad at them because
Yeah.
they can't do it.
They can't
Why is
spin
it
it.
Predictable.
They can't. What it was? You can't polish a turd,
No, you.
and
you
they can't.
Or-
And
or-
and Janine. Speaking of Fox News, Janine Pirro is now
Yep.
going to be the attorney, or she's slated to be the attorney general of the District of Columbia, or the District of America, or the
I
District
think she's the
of
U.S. attorney.
Washington.
US
We must be
attorney.
able to work out a metric for how many staff there are at Fox News on air and how quickly Trump is getting through them to give them all jobs. So
I
eventually,
mean,
within
Fox
about
News is
18
going
months,
to get so far under because they're going to be like bottom of the barrel trying to fill these spots that he's been taking away. And then
Yeah.
Fox News is going to go under, and then what else is there going? Like he'll
And
have
then
nothing.
we can turn the tide.
And then Newsmax comes in.
Newsmax, all the Newsmax team start
OAN.
taking over the cabinet.
Yeah, and now,
Oh,
and
shit.
now he's just
Yeah, you're
going
right,
over.
Tons. I forgot.
is
We
an
can't say his
almost-
real name. We have to call him Cash Pineapple because we don't want to
Ah.
show
It's
up in
worse.
his AI search of our bot.
Do you know it's
broadcast.
worse? It's worse than that, guys. I've just thought that, like, he's invited all these
She's still coming?
podcasters and right-wing loonies into the press office, hasn't he? They'll be
Yeah.
next. They'll be the next defense
and
secretary.
the Russians,
Yeah.
like literally the Russians. But what was in Succession? You know, have you guys have watched Succession, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who
I've not finished it.
who is ATN? Like their like news broadcaster. What would that be based on as the equivalent in America?
Fox News.
I was thinking Fox.
Because it's based on Murdoch, isn't it? And
It's
he
based
it's
on
Fox.
Murdoch, but is
Yeah,
Murdoch
Fox.
Fox?
yeah.
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 Okay, so yeah, because it's very
Fox, The Sun,
because
Times,
it's super right wing. The broadcaster, they're the way
Sydney Morning Herald.
Yeah.
But not
So-
the local Fox and ABC and all that stuff. Those are independent.
Story
affiliates are
Tiller,
not,
because
yeah.
Teller was taken. O2 says Tim Pool for Secretary of State.
It'll happen. It will happen.
Possibly. But
Because
there
all he
does-
wants
there
is
does
suck
seem
ups.
to be
Whenever
a-
you see the
Department
guy
of
that claims to hate the
Skateboarding.
media so much
Mhm.
has done more TV interviews than any other president in 100 days.
Department of
He's
Kickflips.
constantly on telly, and he definitely wants these journalists to like him. But in every single interview, he sits there and says, "That was a really bad question. Why don't you ask me a question like, why are you so fucking brilliant?" Basically.
Fucking hell.
It literally, it
That's what he
literally
wants to
says, "Why
hear.
don't you ask questions like, why is the economy doing
What?
fantastic? Why are you the
He's
best
not- he's
president ever?"
lying. Like this
That's
is
all he wants to hear.
God.
It's so weird. Every day that passes, I feel like I'm kind of in a coma more.
Yeah.
Because it just gets weirder. and
The
worse.
dissociation starts to really sink in after a while.
Yeah, man. Like I feel like I'm
Well-
actually not really like living.
This
I'm
isn't
act-
real, right?
Yeah.
I've been
It's
in
like
a-
when Darren
This is a
just brought up
simulation.
the declaring war on Mattel. I went and checked it because I thought, oh, hang on, is this a real
This can't
story?
be real.
Yes, it's a real story.
It
Yeah,
can't
of course
be.
it is.
There's no way.
Satire
This
is
too
dead.
stupid.
Yeah, you can't, you literally cannot make
They
up
killed
things
it with
worse
an
than he's doing
AR.
himself. But
You can see the mental decline in him.
It's
now,
a
can't
it's
you?
it's not a glide, it's a cliff.
Yeah.
He is
Oh.
he
Well, I
sounds
mean, he's-
bananas every day now.
He stands at such like an angle that isn't that like a sign of dementia, is that he actually cannot stand up straight. His body shifts forward. That's
Well, and-
dementia.
Man's like
and
the leaning tower
and
of Pisa.
lifts.
Like
It's lifts and hiding
And
his
his
beer belly under his suit.
clothes
basically.
don't fit. His makeup doesn't match. He like this
his
is not
accessories are
a
off.
well human being
I'd like him to
Right.
fall
in
over
charge of our
and
nuclear weapons.
smash apart like a porcelain doll, or like at the end of Death Becomes Her.
It'd be more of a
Yeah.
Fall
more
down
of
the
a blob.
fucking stairs and just smash.
I-
into pieces.
Yep.
I always imagine it'd be like melted wax.
Yeah.
Like the end of Indiana Jones.
I was gonna say like
Just
Or the
drips
inside of an
away.
egg. The inside of an egg just.
oh, we're back to the egg.
Back
thing.
to
We're
the
back to sucking
eggs.
eggs again. aren't
But
we?
he's
Yeah.
like
to
a
sucking
fucking-
eggs.
He's
man.
like a
Come on.
blancmange, like forced into a suit. Like he's very
Yeah.
weird shape. Like
Mm.
God.
Like one of those fish you see at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just-
but- yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
ending,
blobfish
ending of the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Just
Right,
dripping
well,
away.
Everyone's saying it's dementia in the chat. Listen, I've got to get to bed because I've got to be
Yes.
up early tomorrow morning. I've got a lot of
And
work.
my little
a lot of
baby's not feeling good.
physical work to do.
Oh, really, Mikey?
Doing
Sorry to hear that,
She's
man.
got, she's got the
Oh.
sniffles.
Oh no, that's bad.
Well,
Sniffles.
Well, before
It
you
got a
go,
little
Graham,
chilly at the got a little chilly at the zoo.
well, before you go, Graham, I've just got a quick
Yeah.
question. I know I was watching you on the live stream. You asked about a mural reef earlier this
No,
week.
a mural that's been painted for Bradford City.
Yeah. So I wondered if it was for the memorial on Sunday.
It's fucking brilliant. Like it's a really cool looking mural. Have you not seen it? Have you not heard anything about
No.
it?
One of my favorite
No.
songs.
No.
It's a big rooster. It's a big rooster.
All
And it's
right,
all like
okay.
red and black, and it's got like
Is,
clouds
is it
behind
is it a flowery reef type thing, or is it just
No. It's a mural. It's painted on
Oh,
the
right,
wall.
oh,
It's a
cool.
mural painted on the wall. It's for Bradford City.
all right.
Bantam mural
All right. Oh, fair enough.
for
Because
your chicken, for your cock,
Yeah, for
Ah.
for our
for your
the
big
fucking
red,
chick-
your big
yeah.
red cock. Let's have a
Oh,
look. Tell me if you know it.
No,
What?
because like
I mean, like
wonder-
cockerel, like a chicken. What are you thinking about?
No, I'm not thinking about anything, but I'm just thinking like Bradford's fucking epic. I love Bradford. I've
Oh,
had
no,
I'm
this
just looking. I'm just looking at that now. That's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, it's actually from a couple of years ago. So I saw the video for it because I
Beautiful
mates with the
cock.
artist.
Right.
The artist was in my class in school,
Beautiful
And-
cock.
Ah.
and he posted a video of him doing that, and I thought, oh, that must have gone up this week, but actually it was a couple of years ago.
Ah, right,
So
right.
it's a mural of
right.
a big cock.
All right. As I say, the reason why we're asking, because like it's the tribute to
Cock.
the 56
Oh, the Bradford Fire.
on
Oh,
Sunday.
shit. Yeah.
40th anniversary. So I just wondered if
Bloody
that's
hell.
what it was really. So
I remember watching that.
I got
I were there.
a
I was
glimmer
say I
of
were there.
I got a glimmer of hope for everybody for us to close on. It looks
Okay.
like
These-
Bill Gates is donating the rest of his remaining wealth to USAID.
And
Yeah.
that's
USAID.
Yeah.
Wow.
and that's the
200
precise
$200
reason
billion.
why they've tried to
200
smear
billion.
him as someone that's bumming 5G into everybody because
Yeah.
he's not a
I
bad
mean,
guy. you know?
Tan, it's true, but I mean, he does other stuff.
I got
as
my
well.
superpowers. I can see in the dark.
I still come back. I love
My
the fact
phone
Bill
still
Gates is
doesn't work.
kind of on the right side of all of this. But I still come back to the idea that when you're waiting for billionaires to hand over their money before they die in order to provide basic services to everybody, then
We've done it
Do it
wrong.
now.
world.
The bar's low, but
Yeah.
still, you know,
It's-
mind you, old matey who owned Amazon, his wife is quietly redistributing, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
She's-
ex-wife.
Well, this is what I think we should do. When someone gets to $1 billion or £1 billion, we kill them and we distribute their money.
Jesus.
Yeah, there you
Give them
go.
a certificate. We say
Graham.
you won, and then that's it.
That's
Yeah.
what I love about you, Graham. You just
Bye.
go route one, no messing.
And that was our kneecap moment.
Well, no.
All right,
Graham,
everybody.
Graham, we discussed this on the I'm not going to say the name because these guys.
Fuck the bins.
Oh
No.
No?
About how
I'm
we
married.
should get the person that should do the dispatching should be Luigi Mangione.
Oh my God.
He might actually
right,
get
yeah.
off.
It's me,
It sounds like the police.
Luigi.
I mean,
Yeah, Louise.
let's face it. Like OJ Simpson, he fucking did it. But
Yes.
No.
but the police fucked up
backlash.
when they arrested him, and they've got
That's
some.
bad.
Yeah, they've got some reason to say, look, they can't get a jury that's not prejudiced because they made him
Luigi.
do that stupid fucking purple. walk
Luigi,
shit.
why did you go to Why did you go to McDonald's? You dumb bastard.
Yo,
dunno.
McDonald's is canceled for fucking snitching, yo.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fucking
Mikey,
stool pigeon ass
in the US-
Fucking
motherfuckers.
stitches.
Well, don't forget
Damn,
the
shut
person
up.
who snitched didn't get they didn't get the snitch money, did they? Because
Burger-
they were supposed to get like 50
No.
grand or something snitch
They
money,
didn't,
and they
they
didn't
didn't
get
qualify,
it
did they?
because they
Burger-
called the wrong number. They called 911, and they should have called the snitch line.
Burger King was on Twitter like, we would never.
Exactly. Exactly. I was actually going to ask you, Brenna, do you have the saying in America, snitches get stitches? But you
Yeah.
evidently do.
We
yeah.
do.
Yeah, it's
We
a
get
very
sn-
good phrase.
It's a very good phrase.
Wendy-
we call them,
Wendy
we
ain't
call
no
them
snitch.
grasses.
Yeah.
We call them grasses here, like you're grass.
Grasses get asses.
Grasses get off.
Oh God.
Anyway, it's 1:30
All right.
midnight, so I think we're gonna have to call
Oh
this a
my
night.
God.
That sounds good.
So thank you so much to Mikey and Brenna and Mike and Darren and to Tan. Thank you for everyone who's watched this. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for all the chat. Love you all. I'll see you on Sunday morning. With the Sunday
And I will turn him down and I will say goodnight to you guys. Thank you guys so much. This has been a Ben Podcast production. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we will see you guys next time. Good night.
Hey, shoulder.
You're
We got him.